Street East.
This winter, experience a century of modern art at the Art Gallery of South Australia. Monet to Matisse, Defying Tradition is a major new exhibition featuring works by Monet, Matisse, Van Gogh, Picasso, Renoir and more. Tracing a groundbreaking era in art history, Monet to Matisse presents iconic masterworks exclusive to Adelaide. On now until the 8th of November. Book at agsa.sa.gov.au.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. The stock take sale is on now, so take a look at our modern curved styles to classic heritage gables using genuine Australian blue scope steel. Take advantage of our stock take sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, showers tomorrow and 15. With the 4 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. A major search is underway for a person missing in the state's southeast. It's focused near the cliffs at Port Macdonald near Mount Gambier. The police helicopter and drones are being utilised as well. A car and motorbike have collided at Gawler. It happened earlier this afternoon around 2 on the main North Road. Traffic restrictions remain in place. And holy books are among the items lost after a Sikh temple went up in flames at Virginia last night. The blaze on Old Port Wakefield Road, leaving a damage bill of more than $1 million. The temple president says it's heartbreaking. Well, the first nationwide test of a new emergency alert system has been declared a success, despite many people saying they didn't receive the notification. Emergency Management Minister Christy McBain says the National Emergency Management Agency will be reviewing the test.
Don't worry if you did not receive an alert. This could be because you were not in a coverage area, your software was not up to date, or your device was incompatible.
A cluster of suspected bird flu cases has been discovered on the Limestone Coast. 7 more sick-crested terns have been found, 5 at Southend Jetty near Beachport, 1 at Cape Jaffa and 1 at Port Macdonald. The birds have all been sent to the Australian Centre for Disease Preparedness in Geelong for confirmation. If they're positive, SA's total number of H5 bird flu cases would double to 14. Chief Vet Dr Sky Fruin says it's unwelcome news.
We are stepping up monitoring. We are already doing a huge amount of surveillance and just wanted to say thank you to the general public who have continued to heed the call to avoid, record and report. So these 7 crested terns have all been found through reports through to our hotline. And in addition to the hotline, we are stepping up both aerial surveillance and foot patrols.
In Victoria, the opposition is urging Labor MPs to vote for a no-confidence motion against Jacinta Allen in Parliament tomorrow and trigger an early election after her deputy Ben Carroll announced a leadership challenge. A group of ministers and MPs met with Jacinta this morning and urged her to stand down, but she's refusing to quit. Ben Carroll says it's clear the Premier has lost the majority of caucus and he's putting his hand up to lead Labor, believing the stakes are too high at the upcoming election, which is only 4 months away. Melbourne socialite Bryn Edelstone has appeared in court pleading guilty to possessing drugs. The drugs were found during a police raid at her Fitzroy home just before Christmas. She's best known for her high-profile marriage to the late billionaire businessman Jeffrey Edelstone. And the French president will hold a crisis cabinet meeting later today as wildfires burn near Bordeaux in the country's south. More than 300,000 people have been told to leave their homes in France and neighbouring Spain. Now turning to 5AA Sport, and State of Origin is coming to Adelaide Oval. After SAWA in the West in 2027, it'll be SA Victoria here in 2028. Well, the MCG will reportedly host 2 AFL games on the same day for just the 4th time in the competition's history. The round 23 doubleheader on Saturday, August 15 will see Essendon host Sydney and Richmond play St Kilda. St Kilda's Max King has been ruled out for the rest of 2026 after straining his hamstring in yesterday's win over North Melbourne. Tadej Pogačar has entered the history books with a 5th Tour de France title. And we're heading into day 4 of the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. There'll be 27 gold up for grabs. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Dry Creek, a collision to look out for on the north-south motorway Globe Derby Drive. Another collision getting sorted at North Adelaide, Kim William right out front of the Women's and Children's Hospital. And Woodville South, urgent telecommunication works on Findon Road near Reserve Parade. Slow going South Road through Theppenton at the moment, quite busy too. Fullerton Road at Dulwich with a camera, Scenic Way at Hackham. Audi prices just got Audier across the sausage range. Save on snags like chicken, feta and parsley sausages, 500 grams, just $7.49. Audi, good different. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly sunny this afternoon. Showers tomorrow 15. Wednesday a shower or two 14. Thursday cloudy, also 14. Right now it's 16 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Will McDonald. Tonight a blockbuster incoming. SA locks in its state of origin return. A bird flu outbreak. 7 new cases suspected on our coast. What can authorities do? Watch as fire consumes a northern suburbs temple. Sacred texts feared lost. And the overseas fuel deal the government hopes will save us as a price spike looms. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 Now.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, we break down the weekend's footy in Coach's Corner with Scott Campriale. James Borlays from the Crows, plus day 4 of the Com Games with South Aussie Curtis Marshall, Port Locker Room tickets to win, and your calls, our Monday footy review.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Thank you, Sam. 4 AFL games left. Top 4 and bottom 4. They look all but set. The middle of the road teams are still the middle of the road. Com Games in full swing. But we love your interaction. We love your calls. Get to it. 8223 30000. Timmy G, welcome.
Yes, hello, Stephen. For everybody out there, hope you had a great weekend. Besides, obviously, our footy team's not doing that well. That was a bit of a disaster yesterday. A 59-point flogging by Brisbane, who look like they're gearing up, as they do at this time of year.
I think they've won their last 9 or last 7.
7.
There you go. The big news for me, State of Origin is back. SA v WA, that's in 27, which is next year. SA Victoria, Adelaide Oval 2028. The WA Victoria in Perth in 2029. There's no dates. I'd imagine it'd be late Feb like it was before. Here's our Premier, Peter Malinauskas.
This will be the first time we've seen State of Origin football in the modern State of Origin context in Adelaide Oval ever. It'll be the first time that we've seen South Australia pull on the Guernsey again since 1999, taking on Victoria here in Adelaide Oval in February 2028. And it will be bigger than Ben-Hur.
It will. It's good to be back.
Look, I'm glad that they're committing to it. I mean, when you see a 3-year commitment like that, at least you're seeing it coming back seriously. So I liked the game and enjoyed the game this year. I thought it was actually pretty fast-paced and the like, and you saw the best players on display once again. So I'm probably keen to see what sort of side South Australia can actually put together.
Okay, well, we've got a couple of years to do so. AFL, they love no dates. There's no dates there. There's no dates here. Round 23 and 24 likely to drop Wednesday. So you said it in the sport room. You've got 18 days to book ahead. That's now.
15 when it's released.
Yeah. You got plenty of time, Qantas and Virgin, to give one of us a...
Well, one of those games will be Adelaide and Freo.
Zucchini,
And
it will be.
That's the one, and I've spoken to some friends about it because, what do I do? You know, and I don't know which day the game's going to be on, and the girls want to go and all this, and I just said, you know what? Beat them, take the extra day off, leave Thursday.
I said the same to Christian's daughters.
There you go.
Just do it.
And
get
that
there
way,
Thursday, because it's likely to be Thursday or Friday. You would have thought Fremantle Crows.
But if you do that now before they release it, happy days.
It's been reported that Fremantle and the Crows will play Friday night in round 23.
Even better.
That makes sense.
It's only been reported.
Well, that's right. That's a problem.
What's wrong with spending an extra day in Perth? Lovely. It's a good city. It's a good city.
Port Adelaide, plucky early. You said that, Timmy, but completely overrun and outplayed by 10 goals. Lions slammed on 14 second-half goals. Here's Josh Carr post-game.
We've still got plenty to get out of the year and learn and get better because we're getting opportunities to play against quality teams. And so for our game and testing our game, we failed in a lot of parts of our game today. So it's great feedback. It's great feedback. We don't want to go into pre-season. We only get to practice against ourselves. So we get opportunities to play against really good teams and keep working on our game. But today we didn't execute at all.
No, Lions plus 18 inside 50s had 100 more possessions. 9 of them were uncontested. Doubled Port's marks. One good stat for Port, 45 inside 50s, 17 marks. That's not...
I would
that part of your game is good.
Yeah, it has improved. But honestly, that game, and I was saying to Sam, even though that first half they were within 9 points, I said, this is not like the FIVEAA game.
No.
We're actually, it looks like we're hanging on for dear life.
And you were.
And as it turned out, we were. And they turned it around and really give us a big hiding. But that big talking point out of that game is that Ty Gallop effort.
I've got that.
On Georgiades. Not very well received.
No, Brisbane Premiership player, Ty Gallop. Well, he laid a strong tackle. It was behind the play on the outer side wing on Port's Mitch Georgiades. Perfectly legal. You are allowed to do that unless you're Darcy Fogarty.
Well, look, if he left the tackle at that.
That's right. But as Ty got up, he did the old picked up Mitch by the scruff of the neck. You call it from the top of the jumper, lifted him up and slammed his head into the ground. Look, it's unsavoury. Was it necessary? No. Was it behind the play? A lot of people saying it's a dog act. Well, Mitch is face down on his tummy with his back to this bloke. No chance of defence. And Alistair Lynch from Fox Sports saw it that way.
We've been singing the praises of Ty Gallop over the last half a dozen weeks especially, but that's just a stupid action. We don't want to see that. Mitch has had some problems with concussion, and we don't want to see actions like that. I don't think it goes any further than that, but it's an obvious free kick, and we don't need to see it.
Well, it's a free kick. If Fogarty got 3... what does this bloke get? 822 300
So he's been sent to the tribunal, charged with serious misconduct. The AFL won't intervene here. They're just going to send it there and hope for the best. The AFL was expected to ask for around 2 games. That would be interesting, putting it up against something like Darcy Fogarty.
See, that is just a joke. Was it behind the play? Yes. Was it off the ball? Yes. Was it a football action? No. No one picks a player up and slams his head in the dirt. Well, we haven't done that since the 70s and the 80s.
No, I like Andrew's text. He said, look, the MRO is expected to, grade Ty Gallop's action as intentional, high contact, medium impact, which carries a 2-match ban. Being deliberate on someone who was knocked out a week ago, he should get more than Fogg's 3 matches. It's a terrible grading system.
It is.
It's hard to not argue with that, Andrew.
Well, because he wasn't knocked out. Because he wasn't knocked out.
Yeah,
the outcome was he went up and he played.
Could he have avoided it in all facets? Yes, he could have avoided that.
This is a player that was concussed last week.
But it's more, regardless of that, it's the action of, like, he's defensive, as Rowey said. He's picked him up and then banged his head. That's not a footy action.
No.
That's not an attempt at a tackle. That's not an attempt at a spoil. That's just a act that's not in the game.
Yeah.
You got to get more than 3.
And Fogg got 3. Port's coach Josh Carr had this to say post-match.
It wasn't a great look, but I'm on the other side of it. So, they're a team that plays tough and probably pushes the limits, and we got the free kick, so we got rewarded. Probably not much more to say.
Now I thought what Josh said there was perfect. He didn't intervene. He said exactly as it is. We got a free kick. We move on, whatever. But Lions coach Chris Fagan said this.
Oh, that's his opinion. He's allowed to have it. Yeah, you don't be one of the better teams in the competition if you don't play a hard physical brand. So I think that's what we do. I don't think we do it unfairly. I think we brought good pressure today. Interested that Josh has had a chance to watch it. I haven't, so not as busy as what I am.
Well, he is.
There's a couple of unnecessary comments there. And he must have been given that information.
He got briefed poorly.
I think, poorly. Exactly. I don't think that's far out of context of what Josh said.
But that's not tough. I mean, my wife, if I'm laying on the ground with my arms beside me, with my head into the grass, my wife can straddle me, grab me by the scruff and throw my head into the ground.
Well, anybody. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so that's not tough.
Not tough.
I reckon if both coaches, if it was the other players' thing, would have said nearly exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I like the way he addressed it because you can't say much about something that might go to MRO. But for mine, it was just like, it's not an act that I think is tough or anything like that. So the way they play, and McCluggage is a great example of a tough footballer. Just stays in line with the football, wins his own, and that's tough.
Yeah, 5 weeks for me. If I'm going to get, I don't want him to get 5 because I'm not a suspended type of person in the media. I like everyone to get off. But if Fogg gets 3, he gets 5.
Yeah, I had a message earlier saying, if you do this, and I said, and they said the precedent's already set with, and I said there is no precedence. There is in this game. That's the problem. We have no precedence. We have no consistency, and it all depends on the week, the club, the person, all of that, and that's why. You got people screaming.
The concussions, all of that.
People screaming, needs to be fixed.
Yeah, have you say 8223 0000. The fallout continues, I guess, from the Magpies' loss for the Crows. A loss that internally, I think, has rattled the group. No question about that. I think it's opened up some scars and a little bit of self-doubt. And now they've got 4 weeks to get it right. And I said on Brekkie, I've got the confidence that they can do that. Premiership coach, however, on ABC, Mick Malthouse, said this to say.
I'm not going to name the players. You cannot hide that many soft players. Those players against weak sides will kick you the goals and win you the football.
So you think it's a personnel thing?
Yes, I do.
Can you change that?
Yep. Put them in the bloody seconds or sell them.
But you can't make those soft players.
You can put some players around with them or maybe play them in different roles. Look, everyone goes, throw them in the halfback front, they get good run. They're still going to win one-on-one football. That ball's going to come in at some stage and you're going to be exposed. You've got 20 yards around you, the ball's coming at you. You're just going to lay down and just cop it. There's too many of those players.
So there's not a premiership team in there?
Premierships are won by tough sides.
Well, that's true, the last thing, but I don't think there's soft players at the Crows team. 8223 0000. Do you think there's any Windy Joes in our team?
Windy Joes? I think you just need a combination of everything. And what he's talking about is outside and inside players. But you've got to have a combination of everything.
No, but if you're saying soft in the modern game, that's someone that pulls out of a contest or in a mark, drops his head.
Or don't go hard enough.
Or don't go hard enough at the contest. And we call them Windy Joes. I don't reckon we've got any.
Well, let the people be the judge of that. But I just think what he's saying was when the game was there to be won, Collingwood just went a bit harder.
They did. They went up another gear.
And Adelaide didn't go with that.
That's it. That's the common problem. When there's momentum against them, not enough of them stand up and fight and grit. Now, they do, but not enough of them do.
And it's,
but I don't think it was any soft approach. I wouldn't say they're a soft team.
I keep talking about Collingwood. How many finals have they played in the last 4 years? Like their finals toughened. So when it comes to winning a really important game, and it was for them as far as maintaining a position in that, they stood up. They know how to.
And they've got enough people in there that have a little bit of mongrel that unsettle them.
And their good players play well.
Yeah, and their real good players play really well. Have you say 8223 0000. My Gemma, as you know, Timmy, she's married to an Irishman, old Eddie. And he loves his Gaelic. He said, you must watch the Gaelic. Well, look, it is. There's no doubt about it. I think they call it the All-Ireland Gaelic Grand Final. It was on last night. And honestly, it was damn next level. County Mayo beat County Kerry. Now, County Kerry have won 30-odd.
They're just famous club.
Famous club. Unbelievable. But County Mayo won by 3 points. They broke a 75-year championship drought, and the whole of Ireland's gone bunter over it. Have a listen to the siren.
75 years of heartbreak is over. Mayo are the All-Ireland Senior Football Champions 2026. Andy Moore, in his first year in charge, has brought Mayo to the promised land. Here's Jack Point.
Now, we didn't understand that was the captain's speech post-game, but the passion. I mean, they can speak Gaelic, like it's another language. But
that's goal.
Honestly, there was a lad in there, he's 18 years of age, his name's Kobe McDonald, the prodigal son. Like, his dad was just an unbelievable Gaelic player. St Kilda have got him next year, Cat B rookie.
Wow.
He was the best player. Like, God, they're lightning.
They are.
90,000 at Croke Park. But here's the thing.
That's incredible.
Watch that final and then, like me, at the end of it think, is AFL heading down that path? Are we in 5 years' time as an AFL comp going to be unrecognisable?
In what way? What do you mean?
Well, they can bounce. They've changed a few of their rules. You know how you have the Australian rules?
Yeah.
How they've morphed Gaelic with AFL, like international rules.
Yeah.
They've actually taken the good ones and added to their game. And they haven't changed a lot.
So they've improved their game.
I think they've improved theirs, and then we've
taking some Australian rule stuff.
Correct.
Right.
Well, they can bounce it now. Remember, they used to have to tap it up and all of that below the knees. You couldn't do all that sort of stuff. God, it was good.
Right.
But I reckon in 5 years' time, the two are going to morph even closer together. They're not allowed to tackle.
What
not
would you
allowed to
take?
shirt front.
So what would you take from Gaelic?
Well, the speed of it was quite unbelievable. Well, it's a round ball, so it's a bit different.
Easier to bounce, yep.
So
a bit more consistent.
We're never going to change those big things.
Smaller ground.
Do yourself a favour and watch it.
Yeah. What did you watch it on? How did you watch it?
I think it was on KO.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right.
It was on KO. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Would it be on there now?
Who else watched it?
8223000. Who thinks in 5 years' time our game will be unrecognisable?
Or
who thinks they're going to use a round
ball?
You're
saying more like the Irish game.
I think it will. I think it will. And there's a lot of people that want that. Like, you can't bump, you can't tackle, but geez, it's fast. So if someone's lightning quick, you can he can run from one end to the other and just get a goal.
More people at the Docklands is what you're saying.
Probably.
Might want it to look like that.
8223000 is our number. The lines are available this hour because it's our Monday footy review, and we want all of your thoughts on the footy over the weekend on that exact number. And we have Timmy's quiz not too far away as well. So if you're a Port Adelaide supporter, you're keen to get to Saturday night football as they take on the Giants, stay listening. The quiz is coming up this hour, 20 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Nobody chooses an accident, but you may choose who repairs your car.
Check your policy, then choose Pro Paint and Panel for high standard repairs, towing if required, and manage all the insurance paperwork for you.
Remember the 3 Ps, Pro Paint and Panel, South Road, Hindmarsh.
Pop here. Hey, look, I just want to let you know that I'm writing my will. I know. I'm not carking it anytime soon, but thought you'd be happy to hear I'm leaving you the boat, mate.
Be like Pop. Write your legal will for free, online and done in minutes at everywill.com.au.
Every will, write your will for free.
Burncut knows what you do underground for part of the year is equally important to what you do above ground for the rest of the year.
And they lived happily ever after.
Night, Dad.
If you're looking for a mining career with a better work-life balance, it's what we don't cut out that makes Burncut a cut above. Apply now at burncut.com.
Oh, South Australia. It's big, it's wild, it's awesome, and some of these things are closer than you think. Now, this winter, get out and explore your own backyard with a special seasonal rate from Avis Truck Rental Adelaide.
God, they're good.
He's a good man.
They're very good. Matt runs the depot at Avis Truck Rental Adelaide. He's a dead set legend, and he's always ready to help. With winter, Matt's unlocked some real good specials. Special winter rates, next day booking, extra kilometres included, and insurance excess that will be reduced. And that's important.
Now, these winter rates apply to four-wheel drives, vans, dual cab, 4x4 utes with lockable canopies and roof racks. They've even got 12-seaters. Now, whether you're heading to the coast, the wine regions, the Flinders, or weekend interstate for the footy, Matt's got you covered with a vehicle for the adventure. Actually, Matt, what we have to do is just wait for Wednesday to get the release of those last 2 rounds, and then we might be able to hire the right vehicle to go and see them. Thank you, AFL.
And then drive over there. Avis Truck Rental Adelaide, trust you, mate. Trust you, cobber. Matt, ask for the 5AA Winter Special. It is unbelievable. 8241 5200. I'll do that again. 8241 5200, or jump online, avis.com.au.
Australia's favourite country rock band, the Wolf Brothers, are in South Australia this weekend on their Australian-made tour. With 15 golden guitars, 5 #1 albums and 20 #1 singles, the Wolf Brothers are known for delivering the most exciting live show in Australian country music. Catch the Wolf Brothers this Friday at the Gov in Adelaide and this Saturday at the Barossa Arts Centre in Tanunda. Special guest is the amazing Taylor Moss. Book your seats now on thewolfbrothers.com.
Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes are definitely in the spirit of giving with the Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990. Plus, it comes with a 10-year warranty and 10-year capped price servicing.
And if you've got a roadworthy trade-in, they'll then give you $2,000 off the price. T's and C's apply.
Get into Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
The AFL owe it to the people to get it back, to make it part of the calendar as often as they can. And, well, I understand the talk about the competition now is more important, there's no room for it, but you make room for something that's really special, and I'm just glad to see Western Australia leading the charge to get it back.
Yes, that's Chris McDermott,
Well
the
done,
state
Barney.
legend, with State of Origin back. South Australia into 2027 and the 2028 fixture, and we will host the 2028 fixture at Adelaide Oval against Victoria. 8223 is our number. It's our Monday footy review. Might want to have your say on Crows and Port Adelaide. Maybe Ty Gallop, who's been sent directly to the tribunal, and Mick Malthouse's thoughts were pretty strong as well over the weekend about Adelaide. 24 after 4. Your calls after we check traffic.
Great to look out for this afternoon at Dry Creek. It's on the north-south motorway in Globe Derby Drive. North Adelaide, another collision there. King William right out front of the Women's and Children's Hospital. And we've got some urgent telecommunication work slowing things up for the drive home at Woodville South, Findon Road near Reserve Parade. Camera, Raynell Road at Woodcroft to look out for tonight. Want safer roads for all Aussies? Search Amy Driver Awards and learn how you can become a safer driver. Lucky you're with Amy. Eligibility, terms and conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Keep the texts coming in, the calls. We'll take them now. Thank you, Jules from Largs North. Been a long time since I've been called this. Rowey, you dunderhead. I've heard of dunderclumping. Have you heard of dunderhead?
Yeah, I have.
I've been called that for ages.
Yeah,
that's a real old 80s. What's a dunderclumping?
Well, I think dunderhead was almost Scottish, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, you dunder. Yeah.
Oh, you dunder.
Yeah, I think so.
Love it.
There you go.
How you going there, Shane?
Yes, Stephen, Timmy G.
Hello, Shane.
I heard Malthouse's comments, and let's face it, Stephen, I'd have to say Adelaide Football Club's probably the most hated club in the media, and Malthouse's comments didn't surprise me at all. But I think he got the terminology wrong. Being a Crows supporter, for mine, I actually thought it was leadership. Apart from Dawson on that game against Collingwood, I didn't see too many players standing up to the onslaught that Collingwood brought in the second half. And for me, as much as I know Toby Murray's a work in progress, I would not be taking him into the finals. I would have solid citizens playing in the finals, and there was a couple of players that I definitely wouldn't play in the finals. I think we'll probably come sixth now. I don't think they'll make the four, but I thought Malthouse's comments saying that they're soft is just off the mark.
Yeah, well, I hope it stirs them up. I don't think anyone's soft. There might be a soft effort, but they're not soft players.
Well, I always relate
a soft underbelly.
I always relate it to the week before was Sydney and Sydney. And
Get right there.
And you come back and win and you go, well, everybody's good.
Yeah.
And then you have that loss and everybody's bad.
Yeah.
So it's...
Or a couple, or the same ones.
What you try and do is find out where the truth lies in between that.
Yep. And a body of work will do so. And I tell you what sorts the men from the boys and the wheat from the chaff and the steam from the P155 is finals. and until then, we don't know. Yeah. Hello, Kev.
Hi, Timmy and Rowey. How are we, boys?
Good on you, Kev.
Hey, Timmy, the Ty Allen.
Ty Gallop, yep.
Ty Gallop.
Sorry, yeah. Hey, my nephew actually used to play with him up at the, it was a 4 out of the Marucci Roos.
Oh, right, yeah, Maroochydore, yep.
Yeah. But anyway, hey, he'd have to get half a dozen, wouldn't he?
Well,
6 is a bit much, but he's got to get more than... Kev, he's got to get more than what Fogarty did, and he got 3.
And the problem is...
Well, you look at it, I mean, the head, all right, is at least 2 to 3, isn't it?
You'd think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Intent to hurt.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Wasn't tough. Behind the play.
Throw in another 2.
Yep.
And no care for your fellow player. Throw in another one.
Yeah. Well done, Kev.
Well done,
Look,
Kev.
I reckon he'll get 2. You just smell it.
Yeah.
He's got to get at least equal or more than 4. It's a joke. Hello, Ange.
G'day, boys. Nice to meet you the other night. It was really nice to
Good man.
catch up with us all.
Yep.
Hey, just a question. Ty, the Brisbane player I'll start off with, I want to speak about Malthouse's comments as well. Now, behind play, he has to get at least 4. He cannot get less than 4. If, like you said, people get 2 or 3 weeks in a game of footy for a tackle, then this isn't a tackle. This is, you're trying to hurt someone really bad. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be like that. And also Malthouses, I'd like to ask you a question, Timmy, and Rowey as well. So, Port, let's talk about toughness. Port has Butters.
Yep.
Rowey, who does the Crows have?
Well, there's a number of players that are tough.
No, just name one. Just name one.
Well, the toughest players I ever played with, and I'd put Mods in this, are the ones that just hit the ball 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, Sam Berry, I reckon, stays in line. I reckon Nan Curvis, he's a courageous player. Dawson's a very courageous player. Yeah, they got a few, Ange.
Yeah, but what about... Look, I can understand where he's coming from, but honestly, if you look at Dawson, would you say that he'd probably be the toughest and most consistent player for the year?
No. But it's how you define it. Yeah. I think you're leaning down the path of mongrel. If you were to say to me, who's the mongrel in our team, other than Keane, I'd say no one.
Yeah.
I think Worrell's got a bit of mongrel.
Yeah.
See how he tackled.
Yeah. But there's not a. You're right, and there's not a lot of room for it.
Mongrel's a bit different to toughness. I think they're all tough, but mongrel's another thing.
But you can't question Dawson staying in line.
Who's that one they call Bruz?
Oh, yeah.
Maynard.
Oh,
he got a bit of mongrel.
Right. A lot of mongrel.
But there's not many in the AFL now that have that mongrel.
Well, no. And
do they?
Certainly not a lot.
So I'd say Butters has a bit of mongrel. He lips. He's a mongrel.
You're right. Him and Toby Green loved playing in the state team together.
No, but he's a mongrel. If you're saying there's no mongrel, I would nearly say, look, there's a couple, and I think Worrell and Keane are probably the 2 that have got a bit of mongrel. I reckon Tex has a good bit of mongrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
In his own way.
Yeah.
Well, it's bang on 4:30. Dave's hanging the line. We'll keep your calls coming after this for the next half hour, all the way up to 5 o'clock. 8223 0000. It's our Monday footy review. So much to go through from the weekend of sport. James Borley is coming up on the show. Campo will break it down in Coach's Corner. And, of course, after the 4:30 headlines, stay listening. Your chance to win Port Adelaide locker room tickets.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the news headlines. A major search is underway in waters off Port Macdonald for a missing woman. 7 more suspected cases of H5 bird flu have been discovered on SA's Limestone Coast. The first national test of the country's new emergency alert system has had varied results, many Australians saying they didn't get the notification. And in sport, Brisbane's Ty Gallop has been sent straight to the AFL Tribunal for his crude shove on Port's Mitch Georgiades yesterday. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Dry Creek, a crash to look out for. The North-South Motorway and Globe Derby Drive. North Adelaide, a crash there. King William Road out front of the Women's and Children's Hospital. And Woodville South, urgent telecommunication works on Findon Road near Reserve Parade. Busy at the moment, South Road at Theberton, slow going. Fullerton Road at Dulwich with a camera. Sugarloaf Road at Chandler's Hill. A house is just a house until the doors make it yours. Get unbeatable value and a free measure and quote on interior door packages at a Doors Plus showroom. Doors Plus, no fuss. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, no rain, down to 10 tonight, showers tomorrow 16. Right now it's 16 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
The process of eating sushi has diminished in joy by about 46% since they got rid of the little fish. And I appreciate it's better for Mother Earth, but it makes eating sushi way less joyful. Tearing a pack and squeezing it and going everywhere, it's miserable. It's not progress.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee.
I get very excited about recycling, Will.
Yeah, no. I wish the solution was better than the thing it was replacing. Why don't we go backwards?
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
I was on the streets for 4 years. You would be surprised on what you take for granted. Just as something as simple as a hot cup of coffee. even a clean pair of socks.
Step up to end homelessness by supporting Hutt Street Centre's Walk a Mile in My Boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au.
I don't know what I'd do without that help.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. The Stocktake sale is on now, so take a look at our modern curved styles to classic heritage gables using genuine Australian BlueScope steel. Take advantage of our Stocktake sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
Most kitchen taps look the same today. Average quality, designed and assembled overseas with a limited lifespan. We noticed Adelaide homeowners wanted something better, built to last. Introducing the new Better Tap by PuraTap, a new mixer tap designed and crafted right here in Adelaide with German ceramic disc technology built to last, lead-free design, all at a great price. So when you want a tap that goes the distance, think PuraTap, the new Better Tap. Brought to you by PuraTap, 133 502, puratap.com.au.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Thinking it might be time for a new phone? Maybe something that flips or folds? Pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8, Z Fold 8 or Z Fold 8 Ultra at Harvey Norman and you'll receive a bonus $300 Harvey Norman gift card. Flip phones and fold phones are becoming very popular. Plus, pre-order the Galaxy Watch 9 or Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 and receive up to $250 in bonus gift cards. New phone, new watch, bonus gift cards. Sounds good to me. Hurry, the Samsung Galaxy Z Series gift card offer ends August 13th. The new Samsung Galaxy Z Series and Samsung Watch 9 Series now at Harvey Norman. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you. Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's never nice to be called too soft, but I assume that he's talking about we just need to win the contest, which you could argue that, yeah, he is right. We need to be harder in those contests and win them, but I definitely don't think we're too soft to win anything.
25-5, the comments of Isaac Cumming from the Adelaide Crows on the back of Mick Malthouse saying Adelaide have too many soft players and hard teams win premierships. We have a few unique homestyle food texts coming in regards to this, and we'd love your calls, 8223 0000, have your say, all the way up to 5 o'clock. This one from No Name says, Crows need to put what Malthouse set up on the whiteboard to motivate the team. Dan says, good work, the Crows need more leadership. Laird and Archie are essentials for finals. Good call earlier from that caller. And Dave says, don't talk about leaving Pedler out. He sets the tone as well. I'm glad Malthouse said that. Fire them up. Thank you for your texts. Keep them coming through. Right now, before we get to your calls, we want to do this.
'Cause I'm Timmy G.
Your opportunity to win tickets to the 5AA locker room on Saturday when they take on the GWS Giants. Big game for the Power. 8223 0055. Play the quiz right now for those locker room double pass tickets.
I think a couple of callers in the text are getting a bit mixed up with hard at the contest to mongrels. Now, there's another one. Someone just mentioned Pedler. Pedler's got a good bit of mongrel in him.
He said they were soft. Now, when you say soft, he may be talking mentally soft as well. He may be saying,
it does come in different forms.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Because if you haven't got the sternness to sort of steel yourself for that, that at that moment, then and that can also be an experience thing.
It is.
And I think you gain that mental toughness.
Steely resolve.
From continually playing finals.
You do.
That's why I said Collingwood are such a good unit, because they've been in those situations many, many times.
And you've got to be in those situations to understand them. And look, I'd agree with that. I would agree. I think there is, when challenged with momentum, I think they can mentally...
Mental maturity.
...go a bit in the inwardly, and then those signs get held up, which I think says a subliminal thing. No, I know you look at me like that, but when you hold something up tempo and a boxing glove, I mean, it just... No, we know what we've got to do. We've got to win the contest. We know we've got to fight. We know we've got to do that. Get rid of the signs, mate. 8223 0000. Dave.
How you going, guys? All right?
Hey, Dave.
I'd like to mention quickly about the Georgiades incident.
that was a deliberate act of violence or aggression, you could say, to an unprotected player. So that's just like a king hit behind play. But anyway, that's a quick thing. So he's got to get at least 5 games. So, and for the coach to come out and say, look, we're aggressive side, that's not being aggressive. That's being a thug. So anyway, that's my opinion.
Yeah, good call.
But those days aren't there anymore. We went by the years where we had it, but those days aren't there anymore. And imagine the kids watching that. I'll do that on the footy field.
Yeah.
Anyway, but with the garlic footy thing, just something outside the square, which, everyone's going to laugh at it. Maybe in a few years' time, they'll get rid of the point post. That gets rid of the decisions to be made for points that are out of bounds. Get rid of the point post. Put a line across the goals like the garlic footy is. They have a line across, kick goals under it, and kick points above the line. So, above the point, mate. So.
Yeah, well, now you are adjusting the game, Dave. Yeah, Dave.
Should we make the ball round as well?
We're morphing into them more than they're morphed into us.
Agree.
Like I said, they've taken the good things from us and we've taken the bad things from them.
All righty.
Protect the head. I don't reckon that was uttered at Croke Park last night.
No, well, the game...
Because there's no need.
No need.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Timmy G.
All righty, we got tickets to be won to the Port Adelaide GWS game in the 5AA locker room. It's on this Saturday, 6:05. 5AA will be there live and free broadcasting. You got to get nearest the pin without going over, and we're going to Morphett Vale. Kevin, how are you?
Yeah, good, Tim. Thank you.
All right, Kev. Now the question is, Chad Corns. He had 21 disposals for the Giants in Matthew Promise's last game as coach in 2012. Many of those were kicks. How many were kicks out of the 21? Nearest the pin.
12.
Okay, thanks, Kev. Let's go to Damo. Hello, Damo.
Hello, how are you?
All right, mate. Chad Corns, how many kicks of his 21 disposals?
Oh, I'll go 18.
18, thank you. Let's go Greenwith. G'day, Joe.
How you going?
All right, Joe. What number are you going for?
I reckon 19.
19, thanks, Joe. Let's go Brian at Old Noarlunga. What are you thinking, Brian?
I'm going 14.
Thank you for that, Brian. And Andrew at Enfield, nearest the pin without going over. How many were kicks?
I'll go 7.
7, thank you. He's obviously feeding off a fair bit there, Andrew. Let's have a look. Nearest the pin without going over. Oh, congratulations, Brian. That's you.
Thank you.
It was actually 16 kicks, 5 handballs of the 21. So you were 14 without going over. Damo just missed out and Joe just went over. So, congratulations, mate. And enjoy that locker room on Saturday.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. I've never been there before, so it'll be great.
Well, you're going to love it, mate.
Brian,
and,
you'll love it.
Yeah, take somebody that you really like and have a great day.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Good man. If you want tickets, go to portadelaidefc.com.au.
Hey, who have you got, GWS?
Yeah.
You're a silly chance this week.
Well, they are a silly team, aren't they? They have been quite inconsistent. And
God, their best is really good still, but their worst is awful.
They've really upset some teams. Freo for one.
Yeah.
Brisbane.
Yet they can put on a performance like...
Lose to Essendon.
So, yeah, exactly. They're quite bizarre. So,
well,
see what happens.
Saying
see
that
what we get.
Guess who we got this week?
Yes.
Essendon under the lid.
That's true.
Let's go to Colonel Light Gardens, get John's thoughts. Hello,
hey, John.
Yeah, fellas, the Crows' record against Collingwood is absolutely shocking. Since 2018, they've won 2, lost 12. Of 55 games played against them from the start, won 17 of them. So, since 2018, half the games that the Crows have been in front by 5 goals and lost. On Thursday night, in the second quarter, about 10 minutes ago in the second quarter, you could feel the game change. Collingwood started to get more of the ball. We started to make more mistakes. Curtin ran into an open goal from about 30 and missed by 50. And I thought at that stage, I bet Collingwood kicked the last couple of goals of the quarter and then just overwhelm us in the second half, and that's what they did. So my whole thinking of this is that the Crows have lost so much to Collingwood. They've lost in situations where they should have won. So I think they are mentally intimidated by Collingwood, and they lose confidence. They don't have the mental toughness to sort of handle Collingwood, and Collingwood are the converse. You know, they know that they can beat the Crows. They know they can come back from being 5 goals down and win most of the time. So what do you think about that?
Oh, look, it's hard to debate any of that, John. The numbers don't lie. I think it's the steely resolve they need to add, the Crows. And I think you hit it right on the head, Timmy, to go to the mental capacity of it. And maybe that's what Mick was talking about. He's not going to name players that are soft. But that real steely resolve. Now, I look at Thilthorpe. Now, if the stories are true, he doesn't want to be the second ruckman. And I said after the game, we'll trade him. If you want to win a flag, we're going to be better off winning a final with him as the second ruckman. And nothing against Toby Murray. He's learning his craft. The other bloke with the big handlebar moustache, Finbar, he's learning his craft. They're not as elite as he as the second ruckman. Now, when our second ruckman has gone on, we've started to lose a bit of momentum. And you know, as a player, you only got to slouch one of your players' shoulders forward a bit and question, and it's a cancer.
Well,
then they get momentum, they get multiple goals, and then mentally you haven't got that steely resolve.
It also goes back to, well, who's controlling the team?
He has to be the second ruckman.
When it comes to selection, did you ever go to any of your coaches and say, hey, I should be playing here?
Now, in fairness to Thilthorpe, I don't know if he's had that conversation, but that's what you hear. Now, when you hear something and it's not happening, you tend to believe it.
Yeah,
and the only way you can fix it is he rucks this week. He has to ruck this week. I would rest McAndrew and ruck him under the lid all week this week.
All night?
I would ruck him all night.
Yeah.
Get that into you, Riley. Now, love the kid. Absolute gun.
Right. What are the chances now of that happening?
Nil. Hello, Andy.
How you going, guys? Okay, let's put things into perspective and hear what Malthouse said. He talked about you can't hide that many players. He talked about putting them in different positions. He wasn't talking about mental. He was talking about physical. And, you know, Adelaide are the number one contested football side at the moment with Melbourne. David King talked about it on Fox the other day. I've just looked it up on Google. So Adelaide are number one contested football. So I call BS. Mentally, look, this is discussions coming here now, and that's probably a different position. But if you want to tackle Malthouse, he made no mistake. He was pulling us physically weak, and I called BS on that. Look, just another quick point is, and it was read out the text, Luke Pedler, he's going to be your Huckleberry come finals time. He's going to set the tone. You've seen the way he plays, and I think that maybe Zach Taylor will be in a bit of trouble. If you want to talk about toughness, look, he puts his arm in, he's clever, I like the way he thinks, but in finals, I'd rather have Pedler in for him all day long.
Yeah. Good call, Andy. We might just play that grab again. We're getting a number of people on the text line, Unique Homeside Foods text line saying, can we hear it again? Here we go.
Mick, you cannot hide that many soft players. Those players against weak sides will kick you the goals and win you the football.
So you think it's a personnel thing?
Yes, I do.
Can you change that?
Yep. Put them in the bloody seconds or sell them.
But you can't make those soft players.
Oh, look, you can put some players around with them or maybe play them in different roles. Look, everyone goes, throw them in the halfback flank, they get good run. They're still going to win one-on-one football. That ball's going to come in at some stage and you're going to be exposed. You've got 20 yards around you, the ball's coming at you. Oh, you're just going to lay down and just cop it. There's too many of those players.
So there's not a premiership team in there?
Premierships are won by tough sides.
Well, that last comment is true. You can't hide soft players. So he is playing the man. He said he didn't want to name them.
Who's he saying it? Sorry, more so. Who was trying to hide anyone? I don't know.
No.
Was there any positional moves?
But our last call is spot on. Number one contested team. Contested differential, Crows, number one. That wouldn't suggest they play a soft brand.
Well, this one from Mick says Adelaide are third in contested possession.
Are they?
Campo's got all the numbers from Coach's Corner later, so we'll
get
crack
those numbers.
Down.
But they've always been a contested and a high pressure team. So they started that game over 200 in their pressure, and it was setting up beautifully on the back of that.
26 points up on their terms.
Just that last 3 or 4 minutes in that second term that turned the game.
And they lost that intensity, didn't they?
Lost the intensity, couldn't maintain that pressure, and Collingwood opened them up with sheer grit.
But I think Collingwood found another level. Yeah, they made some changes in the coach's box that did work, and the Crows couldn't find that other level. And that's the question. That is the question. They've got to find that level.
On the text line says, we don't handle getting beaten up, and by definition that makes us soft. Interesting thoughts at the moment. Keep your calls coming because we'll get to you in a moment on the other side of this break. Dennis and John, 8223 0000. If you want to join us as well, we'll take your calls straight after this break. But first, let's check traffic.
Afternoon, a dry correct crash at the north-south motorway near Globe Derby Drive, North Adelaide. Another collision there, King William Road out front of the Women's and Children's Hospital. Woodville South, urgent telecommunication works on Findon Road near Reserve Parade, and Silworks slowing things up for the drive home at Modbury, McIntyre Road near Montague Road. Camera, Scenic Waihakim. The census is coming this August. You'll get instructions soon on what to do. In the census, every answer matters. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. If you want to know what's going on at the Adelaide Football Club, listen in to the 5AA Sports Show. Each week, Rowey and Timmy G chat with the players and coaches in the know. Thanks to Sterling Homes. Whether your block is the size of Adelaide Oval or the Goal Square, build with Sterling Homes.
Every Friday, Monet to Matisse stays open late for an after-hours experience at the Art Gallery of South Australia. Kick back in the Tattinger Champagne Bar with French-inspired snacks and live music. Gain unlimited access to more than 100 iconic works of art, from Monet and Cézanne to Matisse and Picasso. Every Friday night until November 8, experience art after dark at Monet to Matisse. Book now at agsa.sa.gov.au.
You had a dream. Life happened. You parked it. Well, the dream is back. The Honda Prelude returns. Reimagined for right now. For everyone who never stopped dreaming. See the icon for yourself at Formula Honda Glen Osmond or Modbury. The Prelude is reborn with hybrid efficiency, intuitive tech and instant torque. Welcome back, Prelude. Visit Formula Honda at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond or North East Road, Modbury and book a test drive today.
This is the sound of a piping hot shower. Perfect if you get caught in the other kind, the cold, rainy kind. So for instant, continuous warmth, add gas to your new build. Natural gas feels like home.
Hey, don't miss Campo after 5. He just walked in.
Yeah, he's fired up.
Malthouse is 100% correct.
Now,
and rissoled, he talked about rissoling.
Yeah.
My mum made the best rissoles.
They were underrated.
Underrated?
Actually.
Did you have carrots in your rissoles?
Yeah.
Onion?
Shredded, yeah.
And mince?
Yeah, nice mince.
Oh, yes.
Got to use good mince.
Oh.
All right, not the cat mince.
But we were talking about another rissole.
Now, you know, I was just on this line. It says nobody chooses to have a car accident. Years ago, I remember the great Dexter Kennedy walked into the change rooms and he said, sorry, I'm late. I've had a car accident. And they said, oh, what happened? And he said, oh, a lady, you know, went up my tailpipe and he got out and the lady was all distressed. He said, no, look, nobody wants to have an accident.
No.
That's why they call it an accident. But before one happens, it's worth knowing what your insurance policy says.
And this is important. This is damn important. And Pro Paint and Panel want to help you out. Does it give you freedom of choice to choose your repair of choice? Now, there's a little box they're making you tick now. Now, I think that's illegal. Third line enforcing, they call it. I mean, but look at it when you do your policy. Go and speak to the boys. They'll help you out with all of this. Is your car covered for agreed value? Now, that's important. Or is it market value?
It's a good call.
And if it gets written off, what amount are you insured for?
Yeah.
So before you redo your policy, give them a ring.
Now, they're the kind of questions that most people only ask normally after the damage is done. You've already had the accident.
Great team. They're about 50 years old too. I love them. Pro Paint and Panel, they can help you understand your policy and talk you through what it means. Before you're stuck making decisions under pressure, and you go, well, I wish I knew that.
Yeah, and if you do need repairs, they can organise a tow truck if required, help with the insurance paperwork, because that's a bit confusing when you're upset about an accident, and they can repair your car to a very high standard and not simply a low price.
They're the best. I love them. They're a great team. Car accident, remember the 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They're on South Road. Pro Paint and Panel.
Shower time. The best time of the... Is that a crack in my grout? Cracks mean leaks. Hidden damage. Watery damage. The home we love falling apart around us. We should move out.
Got grout out? Time to call the Grout Guy.
We'll take the old grout out and put the new grout in.
Today we have Darcy and Daniel from Inspire Care SA. They're a proud NDIS provider with a refreshingly different approach to NDIS support.
Yeah, it's about matching the right staff member with the client, so then both people have the fluid friendship and get to grow and get that rapport going. And then the easy bit is sending someone to a house. The reward comes from knowing that who you're sending is going to have an immediate impact on that individual's life.
If you want NDIS support with purpose, get in touch with Inspire Care SA.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 7 minutes to 5, our Monday footy review. James Borlace from the Crows coming up at 5 o'clock. Stick around for Campo at 5:30 as well. Coach's Corner will be filled to the brim as we break down the weekend, and we're taking your calls, 8223 0000.
Yeah, hello there, Dennis. Thanks for waiting.
G'day, Stephen. G'day, Timmy.
Hey, Dennis.
Timmy, yes. I don't want to not disregard yesterday. You and Dean Brogan have been saying you like what they're trying to get them to do down there. All right, now, like in that third quarter yesterday, they kicked 7-1 from 8 shots. We kicked 3-5 from 8 shots.
That's correct.
But anyway, I was listening to FIVEAA there a little later in the game yesterday, and they were saying how hot it was. And, saying our port won't be able to run this out because it's very, very hot in the sun.
It was 21.
So anyway, also, Tim, you come up against the top two sides. As far as I'm concerned, Freo will play Brisbane in the grand final. With both of them, we've got one player missing. We've got quite a few out. I'm just saying that we have to. We're not going to play full 4 quarters at the moment. No.
Thanks, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis.
Couple of little outdoors there, Timmy.
Oh, look, I understand what he's saying. We have played the best 2 teams in the last 2 weeks, but I thought the performance against Freo was notably different than the one yesterday. So, look, there's concerns there, but he's right. 3-5 was a killer.
No, it was.
Accuracy's a killer.
Hello, Johnny.
Hey, boys. I think Dean Brogan misunderstood me yesterday, Timmy, when I said that Horn France got molested in the second quarter. I wasn't talking about my opponent because he played unbelievably well.
Yeah.
I was talking about, and we're going to see him now, I think, he'd become the great player that he was always going to be. But I was talking about umpiring because in the second quarter, he got him and what's his name? Blake for North Melbourne. No, Blake for West Coast Eagles. Number 9, Harley Reid.
Oh, Harley
Reid. They get umpired differently. People can say what they like to a Scott Pendlebury and all that. He got a and I'm an umpire's man. I've done it. It's not easy. It's a bloody hard job. But I think sometimes they do subconsciously play their favourites. And Horn Francis, who's going to be a great player, and Harley Reid, they get umpired far differently to a Scott Pendlebury.
Interesting point, John. I must admit the way they go at it and the power they go with, I think sometimes people are trying to stop that because if those sort of players get on the bolt, they're really hard to stop. I mean, Dangerfield, very similar, a decade older sort of thing, but the way they go through and people try and stop them. And
they draw bodies.
And that's what he was saying.
They break a tackle, then they draw someone else.
Correct. So I can see that.
Hello, Tony.
G'day, Rowey and Timmy. Just saw some socials on the weekend where Frampton and Thilthorpe were jostling in the goal square as the Crows were kicking for goal, and Frampton threw an elbow and hit Thilthorpe on the side of the head. Just wondering if that was actually picked up by the AFL or as another one that's another Collingwood player who gets away with murder, considering he's been reported twice this year and got away with it. Just wondering if anyone's seen it.
He threw his elbow into the right-hand side, his left elbow into the right-hand side of Ronnie Thilthorpe's head behind the goals while they were jostling with each other. You call it a bit of a jumper punch.
It wasn't a good look.
No, it wasn't. No. And it's striking. He hit him in the side of the head with his elbow. You would say
it's as bad a look as when Riley Thilthorpe tapped somebody in the belly.
No repercussions. Tony, if it was the other player to the Collingwood player, they'd have got 3. Yep, he's not from 3. Frampton's got off for 3. He's wrecked a bloke's career, maybe, my check.
Right.
Got off for that one. The goal square one, got off for that one, and now this one. Billy Frampton.
3 from 3.
Hello, Mark.
Yeah, guys, I was just wondering why the Collingwood match review officer hadn't cited Riley Thilthorpe for daring to put his face into Frampton's elbow.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was
point, Mark.
intentional and high impact, wouldn't have it been? You should have got cited for 3 there, I reckon, Phil thought.
Mark, we'll ask Eddie tomorrow. I reckon he'll agree with you.
Clever, Mark. Clever. All right, we are right up against the 5 o'clock news. Thank you for all your calls this hour. Keep them coming. 8223 0000 is the number. James Borlase coming up after the news.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Hey, I'm James, Claims Manager at Allianz. From a cracked windscreen to getting your business back after the worst, our team is always here. It doesn't have to wait till morning. We provide 24/7 claims support.
Allianz.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Booking.com is the easiest way from a gridlock to the freedom of a car that takes you far, far away from it. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Now, Hutt Street Centre supports South Australians experiencing homelessness every day, providing meals, showers, support services and a safe place for people doing it tough.
Yeah, exactly. And with demand continuing to rise, especially through winter, support from the community, look, it's never been more important.
And that's why this year's Walk a Mile in My Boots, it's on Friday, August 7th, is so important, raising vital funds for awareness for people experiencing homelessness right here in South Australia.
So getting involved, look, it's easy. Sign up, spread the word, walk together on Friday, August 7. And if you can't be there on the day, a donation still makes a massive difference.
Here. Now step up to end homelessness. Register or donate today at walkamile.org.au.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. The stock take sale is on now, so take a look at our modern curved styles to classic heritage gables using genuine Australian blue scope steel. Take advantage of our stock take sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. For fixed price services, call Precise.
For a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy down to 10 tonight, showers tomorrow and 15. With the 5 o'clock news, good evening, I'm Mel Usher. A search is continuing in the state's southeast after reports of a missing person just after 11:30 this morning at Port MacDonnell. The search for a woman who was last seen near cliffs is being conducted by ground and air. The police chopper and drones are assisting those on foot. Experts will analyse the results of today's nationwide Oz Alert test to ensure the system is ready to launch in October. The National Energy Emergency Management Agency, or NEMA, has deemed the trial a success after the alert was broadcast by a higher than expected 94% of mobile phone towers. NEMA's Patrick Hetherington says today was about understanding how the system performed at scale.
NEMA will now assess all of the data, including reports from our technical and operational partners, jurisdictions and community feedback. We'll do a deep dive into all aspects of today's test and make any necessary modifications to the system so that Oz Alert is ready for the Australian Government and emergency service organisations to use from October 2026.
SA's number of H5 bird flu cases could be set to double, with 7 more suspected cases on the Limestone Coast. All are crested terns, with 1 found at Cape Jaffa, 1 at Port MacDonnell and 5 around Southend Jetty near Beachport. If confirmed, it'll lift the number of positive cases in SA to 14. Chief Vet Dr Sky Fruin says they should know in a few days.
We have been expecting there would be further spread and we're not quite sure yet what that spread is looking like, and like I said, until we have further analysis, we don't know how this disease is moving through the birds.
The federal opposition leader is urging the government to get its focus back on inflation as the expiration of the fuel excise reduction draws closer. Drivers are being warned to expect an incremental rise at the bowser as the federal government indicates it won't extend the reduction beyond the 2nd of August. Angus Taylor wouldn't be drawn on whether he'd like to see it remain in place for longer.
Now, we were the ones that advocated for the cut in the excise in the first place. We'll work closely with the government on any proposal. But let me say this. It cannot be inflationary.
Greens Senator Faruqi says today's federal court ruling she was racially vilified by Pauline Hanson is a win for any Australian who's ever been told to go back where you came from. The full federal court has concluded a 2022 social media post made by the One Nation leader was Islamophobic, dismissing an appeal. Senator Hanson says her legal team will look to take the court case to the High Court. And it's been a bumper few months for the film industry. Toy Story 5 has now passed the $1 billion mark globally. It's the third movie to reach the milestone in 2026. Now turning to 5AA sport, and Brisbane's Ty Gallop has been sent straight to the AFL tribunal. He's been charged with serious misconduct after that incident with Mitch Georgiades during yesterday's win over Port. Well, the injury run for Max King continues. The St Kilda forward is out for the rest of the season after scans confirmed a hamstring strain. State of Origin is coming to Adelaide Oval after SAWA in the West in 2027. Premier Peter Malinauskas says it'll be SA Victoria here in 2028.
This will be the first time we've seen State of Origin football in the modern State of Origin context in Adelaide Oval ever. It'll be the first time that we've seen South Australia pull on the Guernsey again since 1999. Taking on Victoria here in Adelaide Oval in February 2028. And it will be bigger than Ben-Hur.
Tadej Pogacar has entered the history books with a 5th Tour de France title. The 27-year-old joins an elite group, and Lance Armstrong reckons he's better than every one of them.
This guy is the GOAT. This guy would mop the floor with Lance Armstrong. Mop it. And I mean it.
And we're heading into day 4 of the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Dry Creek, a crash to look out for the North-South motorway near Globe Derby Drive. North Adelaide, a crash there, King William Road out front of the Women's and Children's Hospital, and Woodville South urgent telecommunication works on Fendon Road near Reserve Parade. Getting busy, South Road through Theberson, getting quite slow, Tapley's Hill Road, Glenorg North, with a camera, Sugarloaf Road at Chandler's Hill. Dan Murphy's don't match prices. They beat them. Get Bundaberg Original Underproof Rum 700ml 2 for $90 for My Dan's members. Offer ends Wednesday. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy, down to 10 tonight. Showers tomorrow, 15. Wednesday, a shower or two, 14. Thursday, cloudy, 14. Right now, it's 16 degrees. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Will McDonald. Tonight, a blockbuster incoming. SA locks in its State of Origin return. A bird flu outbreak, 7 new cases suspected on our coast. What can authorities do? Watch as fire consumes a northern suburbs temple. Sacred texts feared lost. And the overseas fuel deal the government hopes will save us as a price spike looms. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 Now.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Thinking it might be time for a new phone? Maybe something that flips or folds. Pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8, Z Fold 8 or Z Fold 8 Ultra at Harvey Norman and you'll receive a bonus $300 Harvey Norman gift card. Flip phones and fold phones are becoming very popular. Plus, pre-order the Galaxy Watch 9 or Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 and receive up to $250 in bonus gift cards. New phone, new watch, bonus gift cards. Sounds good to me. Hurry, the Samsung Galaxy Z Series gift card offer ends August 13th. The new Samsung Galaxy Z Series and Samsung Watch 9 Series now at Harvey Norman. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Adelaide's only local sports show. The 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, we break down the weekend's footy in Coach's Corner with Campo. James Borlays from the Crows, plus day 4 of the Com Games with South Aussie Curtis Marshall, and all of your calls. Get involved on the line. It's our Monday footy review.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Our number is 8223 0000. Punch it in the phone. We want all your passionate thoughts from the weekend of sport. It's 7 minutes after 5 on this Monday, and whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, build with Sterling Homes.
Certainly can. Crows have had to do some, I guess it's called soul-searching after that disappointing loss to Collingwood on Thursday. Joining us is one of the mainstays in defence. What a season he's had today. James Borlays, welcome.
G'day, guys. Thanks for having me on.
You'd be wrapped with your season today.
Yeah, no, it's I'm pretty happy just playing some consistent AFL footy. You know, I played a lot of Sandford footy, so now that I'm getting an opportunity, I'm wrapped to be in the team and excited to see where we can go later in the year.
Well done. Well, you're being selected. It's one thing to be selected, but you've got to keep being selected, and you're certainly doing that, James. Have you added anything to your game? Do you have confidence in your game now at the level?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd sort of come in and play 1 or 2 games and then get dropped. So I probably didn't have heaps of confidence, when I'd come in and play. I pride myself on my one-on-one defending, and I think that's something I've definitely taken to another level this year. Getting to play on Filthy, Fog and Tex at training, I'm grateful that I get to play on them. They're some of the best forwards in the league. So if I can play on them, I can just about take on anyone. So, I think that's what's helped me keep playing at the level.
Yeah, no, well done. Well done. Now, your contract status before we talk about the team, have you signed? Are you close, James?
No, the talks are going pretty well at the moment. I'm sort of letting my manager take control of that. As I said, I'm really happy just playing consistent AFL footy for the first time in my career. So, my manager will take care of that, and I'm just trying to take it week by week, really focusing on the game coming up this week against Essendon. So,
Well, you've got an intention to sign. I think I've heard you say that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I love Adelaide. My family here, my partner's here. So, I really like Adelaide. So, yeah.
Adelaide is in Adelaide the town or Adelaide the football club? Because there's another town in Adelaide called Port Adelaide that you've got some connection to. Timmy's next to me with a big smile on his face.
Adelaide the football club,
Good
I
boy.
think. Yes.
Hey, James, 6 seasons, mate. It's been a long and somewhat difficult career at times. What's kept you focused on the task at hand?
It has. This is my 6th season, so I think I played 80 odd sample games. I'm not too sure. I think just the will to keep getting better, and I've got great belief in the group, and seeing how well they went last year prior to the finals, and not being a part of that was frustrating for me. So I feel like I went to work in the off season, really wanting to be a part of what the team can do this year, and we're in a decent spot, and I've full confidence in what we can do come the end of the year, and I'm grateful that I'm a part of that now, and hopefully I'm a part of that come finals.
You mentioned about the guys you stand at training. The opponents you've had so far, who's surprised you, 1, for strength and 2, for speed?
I played on Josh Tracy earlier in the season, and he's like the most powerful. He's quick off the mark.
Yeah.
Not to mention he's got great jukes. So I think we've got Freo in a couple of weeks, so that'll be another great challenge. But yeah, he's definitely one of the toughest players I've stood.
James, Mark Keane back this week. Is he over his sniffle?
I think so. He was at the club today and seemed to be pretty energetic. So we've got a small session tomorrow. So he'll blow a few cobwebs out there, and I think he will be back ready to go. Yes.
Yeah. What happened after half time versus Collingwood?
Yeah, well, we just had our review then, and I think a lot of the clips were around the contest and losing those little battles. I think we just lost too many in a row, which resulted in Collingwood kicking away in that second half. So that'll be a big focus for us this week.
Yeah, momentum, it's hard to shift, isn't it, James?
Yeah, it is. And I think that's something we did really well against Sydney. They got up on us, I think, in the third quarter or the last quarter, and we were able to wrestle that momentum back, and it was a very mature performance from the boys. And unfortunately, we weren't able to replicate that against Collingwood, but, it shows that we can do it in high-pressure games, but we just weren't able to execute it on Thursday night.
Yeah. In the opener, to get you on, I said maybe soul search. I don't think it would have been as deep as that. But what answers have you been able to get out of that second half versus Collingwood in the review?
Well, yeah, I don't think we have to dive too deep, but it's literally a little bit of a mindset change. Really, not inviting the pressure, but being comfortable with the pressure and still being able to execute your role. We showed we can do it against Sydney, and something we'll train this week in prep for Essendon.
I thought they went up a notch, and look, they're a seasoned team, James. We know that. They've won flags, and their top 5 players are, 300 gamers, and they're stars of the game, and they just know how to find another gear. Is that mentioned? Do you think when a team does surge on you, and let's park the word momentum, when they do surge on you, you can lift your intensity as a group?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we can. We didn't try and focus on what they did too much. We tried to focus on what we got wrong, and I think we got a bit of our process wrong, which is frustrating considering it's something we've done quite well for a majority of the year. We'll train it this week and in prep for Essendon and hopefully nail it for the rest of the year.
When you say get the process wrong, just describe that to Luddites in football terms.
Well, I think, we were we were a little bit fumbly. We just lost too many contests in a row. So kick down the line, they mark it, and we weren't able to win the ball back. So, we just got to be better in that space.
James, we spoke about Collingwood and the way they go about it. How did the players in the review, how did they describe the contrast between Sydney and Collingwood efforts? Because it's only 1 week apart, and that gives you the confidence to bounce back again. But it's that inconsistency. How did the players sort of describe why it happened?
Obviously we were pretty flat in the rooms after, but we had our leaders, Alex Newbullen and Ben Key, speak up about how in those moments we were able to, win the ball or halve the ball, and then we brought our press game. So, obviously, we didn't execute it, but, it's something we'll train this week and hopefully bring into the Essendon game.
Do you think with Collingwood, it's their experienced players that do those things you're talking about?
Yeah, well, I think so. They've obviously got, a number of very good players on their list, but we showed we could do it against Sydney. So, they're one of the best teams in the comp, and we can do it against anyone, I believe.
Have you found Jack Hompsh? He's obviously spent a lot of time with you as a defensive player and through the pre-season that you wanted to focus. How have you found Jack?
Yeah, no, I love Hompshy. He was the Sample defensive coach before he was the AFL defensive coach. So, I've spent a lot of time with him while he was probably developing on his coaching journey. He's only, I think, 33 or 34. So, I see him as a good mate and a good coach. I think he has a great balance of when to, knuckle down on the coaching side of things and then, having a coffee, between training and gym or something like that. So, no, I've really enjoyed playing under him, and, he's been really good for us.
Mick Malthouse described us, and I call it us because I am us, as soft. Was that addressed by the coaches or the leaders in the review today?
Not directly at all. As I said, our contest was the point of the meeting, and I mean, I think for most of the year we've been quite good in that space. So I don't think it's a trend. And as I said, that trend won't be repeated this week against Essendon. So I think we'll be all right.
Does a comment like that hurt or sting? And is it fair?
Look, I don't think so. We try and focus on. We don't try and focus on the external noise. And as I said, I don't think it's a trend. So we'll bring our contest on Sunday night.
4 games left. Can you believe how quick a season goes, James? Finals beckons. We've got to finish as high as we can up that ladder. Do you get the confidence with the coaches in the group that you're going to find the answers and find the game that you know is going to stand up under what we're going to call finals-like pressure?
Yeah, no, the season has gone very quickly. I actually can't believe there's only a couple games left. But yeah, no, I do feel like we do have the group to go deep in the finals. I mean, we've had a number of wins against quality sides this year. So no, I've full confidence in us as a group that we'll find the form at the right time, and that'll be starting this week.
James, loved your season, mate. Keep it going. You're part of a really good back six there. The continuity's been fantastic, and you've taken your footy to another level, and you're right, the one-on-ones, you don't get beaten. So keep that up, mate, and thanks for your time.
Good luck, James.
Nah, thanks, boys. Thanks for having me on. Cheers.
Yeah, good lad, James Borlace.
Not enough talent in that family.
Oh.
His eldest sister was a rower for Australia.
Yeah.
His younger sister, Izzy, is playing for Australia in basketball.
WNBA.
He's doing what he's doing. Yep. Of course, we know Mum and Dad's pedigree, so it's
incredible.
Just phenomenal, isn't it?
You can't be that lucky.
And then Colin says on the Unique Homestyle Food text, James Borlace is impressive. Sounds like a future coach. Gee, what can't this family do? This is all thanks to Sterling Homes. Whether your block is the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, build with Sterling Homes. Back to your calls straight after this break, and we'll check traffic 19 after 5.
Afternoon at Dry Creek, a crash with really big delays on the north-south motorway near Globe Derby Drive. Very slow, heading outbound through there at the moment. So as Reese, another collision, Main North Road near McIntyre Road. Another crash at Burnside, Greenhill Road near Hallett Road. At Norwood, urgent electrical works make it slow going. McGill Road near Wells Street for the drive home with the camera. Sugarloaf Road at Chandler's Hill. Cooper Terramar S and V now include the leather and sound pack with attractive finance offers until the 30th of September. Visit cooper.com.au for terms and conditions. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. David and Will invite you into the studio every morning with 5AA's live video stream of The Breakfast Show. Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au.
If you're after legendary reliability and safety, get a Toyota forklift. Yep, Toyota is still the world's #1 forklift brand, famous across just about every industry for their reliability and safety. That's the Toyota Forklift Advantage. And with great electric options and branches all over the country, find the right Toyota forklift for you at toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift.
The census is coming this August, and we need to hear from people from every walk of life to help plan for Australia's future.
From baristas,
from teachers, from tradies,
from parents,
from people who play sport, and people who cheer sport.
In the census, every answer matters. You'll get your instructions soon on what to do. For more information, visit census.abs.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra.
Now, without doubt, the biggest contributor to the swear jar at By Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens is David Cox himself. Now, Coxie swears that you can rely on the integrity and expertise of his dedicated team for your kitchen or bathroom renovation. He's going to be right there.
Great leader, Coxie. He leads from the front. A new contributor to the swear jar is Mark, the tiler. Mark, he swears to greet you with a smile and be millimetre perfect with his tiling. He is elite.
That's Dennis Cometti-like, isn't it?
Is.
Renette, a designer of 20 years with By Urban, swears to listen to your ideas and help create a functional space just for you. And Rick the plumber, what a guy. He swears to always be on time and clean up after himself.
And he does. He has a magnificent aftershave. It smells really good. He's a ripper. So for a team that swears to deliver on quality and service, see By Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, Adelaide Home Renovation Experts.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Thinking it might be time for a new phone? Maybe something that flips or folds? Pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8, Z Fold 8 or Z Fold 8 Ultra at Harvey Norman and you'll receive a bonus $300 Harvey Norman gift card. Flip phones and fold phones are becoming very popular. Plus, pre-order the Galaxy Watch 9 or Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 and receive up to $250 in bonus gift cards. New phone, new watch, bonus gift cards. Sounds good to me. Hurry, the Samsung Galaxy Z Series gift card offer ends August 13th. The new Samsung Galaxy Z Series and Samsung Watch 9 Series now at Harvey Norman. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Sick of the wait after a car accident? Rain, hail or shine, Pro Paint and Panel has your back 24/7.
From towing and insurance paperwork to high standard repairs, they'll help get the process moving and your car back on the road.
Remember the 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel, South Road, Hindmarsh.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes after 5 with Campo coming up in Coach's Corner at 5:30. So stick around with us and jump on the 5AA live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Back to your calls, 8223 0000.
Here's a text from Brian. Hey, Timmy, you need to teach Rowey the 24-hour rule. What? What is that?
Well, you know that. You know, you're allowed to be a sook for 24 hours and then you've got to get back on the bike and start paddling.
That's a crap rule. Hello, Eric.
Yeah, good evening, boys. Look, I just want to talk about the game, and obviously the concerning thing is we've been the number one pressure side for most of the season, but the glaring statistics, apart from 3 freak goals that they kicked and maybe 2 contentious out of bounds, which got them probably a lot of momentum, the forward surge hand passing and also the kick mark game. Now, Brisbane towed us up with it, and then Collingwood, if you notice a lot of players go really wide and they were able to really maintain possession and not turn over like the first half. If we do not create turnover football, I don't believe our game plan stacks up because we don't have a run and gun style. We don't have a system where we set up and players just constantly run and play on and get those handballs. We've got a real problem stopping the forward surge handballing and the kick marking. What do you think, guys?
Well, they did it all right against Sydney, but I was critical on the weekend against Collingwood, certainly in the second half, is when they got a turnover. Worrell had 11 D50 marks. So when they got a turnover, they went sideways. Now, when you do that, Collingwood can set up as good as any behind the ball. So you've got to then pick your way through it. Now, there's times I know you've got to play like that, and there's times where you just go back at them like a Formula One car. And the Crows' best footy is going straight back at the opposition. Now, I know you can't do that for 100 minutes of the game. I get all of that, and there's times. But we are far too cautious with ball in hand. Now, Brisbane play like that a lot, but when they can go fast, they do. They do. We don't.
I think we spoke about it on Friday.
We got that balance wrong.
The difference was not having Keane. Keane will take that mark, and he will immediately go through the middle of the ground.
Yeah, and it sets it up.
Yeah, but they are very good.
And then the running carry.
Campo will explain better than me, but Collingwood, if you give them time, they are exceptional blocking that corridor.
They'll kill you. Hello, Locke.
Hey, lads. Hope all is well. Yeah, just talking about that, the tough topic. I think we've got mongrels, you know. I think, we had Keane and Fogg missing, but I think it's more on the mental side. I think, when the game is, at crunch time and, you got to, win the game, I think we just go into our shells a bit. And I remember last season and the season before, people were saying we couldn't win away, but, we're winning away now. We're winning in Sydney, we're winning all on the road. So I think it's just that mental
hurdle
mentality, and then just I think because finals are coming up, and I think we need to really just focus on that side of things, and that's how we're going to win those games. Because these other teams, they won't back down when it comes to the crunch time. And also, Rowey, just one more thing with Borlase, he's playing great footy, and he should be playing every week. I think they need to sign him up as soon as possible because I think. What's the go with Butts? I think don't the Dogs want him?
They do.
Well,
big deal.
Nick Murray, Butts and Borlase, our 3 defenders outside of Worrell and Keane are all up. So I think one of them's going to spit out. And don't ask me which one I don't want to spit out. You want to try and keep them all. But getting back to that point, the Crows 2 or 3 years ago couldn't win the close games. Then 2 years ago couldn't win away. And then last year they couldn't win those games where teams surged on them or went up another gear. So they're certainly a lot more mature. They've just got to tick that one last box. And I think it's set up by how they select. It's what they need to add to this group now in this last 4 games and what improvements they can do so they can have confidence to stand up in the final. And right now, I have no confidence in it. So if I don't, wonder if they do.
Well, this text is a good one. Ree Moldhouse and Soft. 2 weeks ago, post-Sydney match, the story was the Crows are the real deal. Which one is it? So it's actually a very good point. Could be very good, and that's what I asked James Borlace about, was how do the players actually describe the Sydney effort compared to the Collingwood effort? Because they are so contrasting, aren't they?
Got to bridge that gap from the good and the really good and the really bad.
And in finals, you can't have a bad.
That's right.
You just cannot have a bad, and you can't have players that have bads. You can't have players that
technically, you've got to win 3 hard games to win a flag.
And Campo will talk about that. He goes back to the 2017 team, and there was players they wrote down they were a bit nervous about, and they were the ones that didn't stand up.
Let's go to Tranmere. G'day, Paul.
Paul.
G'day. How are you, boys?
Good, thanks, Paul. What do you got for us?
That's good. Well, look, I thought that they were out-coached big time. I thought that they didn't convert when they were all over Collingwood in the second quarter. They had a lot of the play until about, I reckon, probably a bit less than 10 minutes to go. And then in the last bit, they conceded 3 quick goals. And from there, it appeared that their heads dropped and they... and Dacos and all these guys, maybe Collingwood had a bit of luck, but and I thought the selection was pretty ordinary. I agree with Rowey that you had 3 second ruckmen playing in that team, in that selection, and you don't need 3 second ruckmen. You need...
Yeah, good point, Paul, because that then... You don't get as much pressure coming out of your forward line when you've got too many tools. And it puts an extra workload upon the others
what happened the
to
week
try and
before?
cover it.
21 inside 50 tackles.
And you played the...
Well, and they're things they've got to work out. Yeah. Is it 2 tools with the small hybrids? Is it 3 to keep the pressure on? Is it a combination of the 2? They got 4 weeks to work that all out. Get that midfield exactly humming as you like, the ones you can trust in there. And look, their best is absolutely good enough. And you're right. Across the border, they all said, oh, no, they're the real deal.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, 6 days later, it was 6 days later... Fogarty out, Keane out, Walker in, and a couple of poor decisions, and now we stink and we're soft.
Have you say?
It's a big 6 days in footy, isn't it?
Definitely is. It certainly is. A week's a long time in footy. 8223 0000 is our number. We'll keep taking your calls. Campo is in live next after the 5:30 headlines.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the news headlines. There are grave concerns for a woman and 2 children in the state's southeast. It's feared they fell from cliffs at Port Macdonald. Experts will analyse the results of today's nationwide AusAlert test to ensure the system is ready to launch in October. Jacinda Allen is trying to hang on as Victorian Premier as her deputy pushes for a leadership spill. And in sport, the injury run for Max King continues. The St Kilda forward is out for the rest of the season after scans confirmed a hamstring strain. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Evening there, got some big delays with a couple of crashes tonight. One at Dry Creek. It's on the north-south motorway at Globe Derby Drive. Very slow with delays outbound. Salisbury East, another crash causing delays. Main North Road near McIntyre Road. And it's most of Burnside getting cleaned up. Green Hill Road near Hallett Road. Slow going for sewer works at Modbury, McIntyre Road near Montague Road with the camera. Jetty Road, Larks Bay. Sayers help people navigate complex mental health for 40 years. If you or someone you care for needs free information, recovery support or community connection, visit sane.org today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic. on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, partly cloudy down to 10 tonight, showers tomorrow 15. Right now it's 14 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Real Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
Next Monday is the start of the undie drive. It'll be your first undie drive, Stacey.
I am so excited. I'm also nervous.
You'll be right.
I've seen you ribbon twirling.
A lot of people, disturbingly, had now had it seen without the context of it being as part of the undie drive.
Real Goodings with Stacey Lee.
There is a cohort of people in South Australia who think I just do that.
As a really
As what I do.
bad hobby.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Your phone does a lot. The new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra and Fold 8 does more, with a dual screen that unfolds to give you more room to work, watch and create. Pre-order yours at Optus and save a massive $750 when you pay over time and stay connected on select SIM plans. That's $750 of the latest Samsung Z series at Optus. Offer ends 12 August. Visit an Optus store today. Discount forfeited if you cancel early. Terms apply.
These days, $2 doesn't go far, but with the People First Community Lottery, it could. Get your $2 early bird tickets at communitylottery.com.au by midnight July 30 for a chance to win a Toyota Corolla Hybrid. T's and C's apply. 700,000 tickets available. SA Lottery licence number M15015.
At McGill's Fresh Seafood, you're not guessing what's fresh. You're getting the real deal. Owner Andy hails from Port Lincoln and has spent decades in the fishing and seafood retail industry. It means he knows better than most, dealing with local suppliers, sourcing fresh seafood daily from all over Australia, then processed on-site by his team. From fresh fillets to frozen favourites, McGill's has the full range of Australian seafood. Visit McGill's Fresh Seafood at McGill Village Shopping Centre. Bought today, sold today.
Morning coffee, school drink bottles, a glass of water before bed. Your kitchen tap works hard to make your day better. Isn't it time for better taps? New Better Taps, brought to you by PuraTap, give you hot, cold and beautiful filtered water from one kitchen tap. Crafted right here in Adelaide with German ceramic disc technology in 4 models and 4 finishes. Bundle it with the latest PuraTap water purifier and save. Better quality, better taste at a better price. The new Better Tap by PuraTap. Visit puratap.com.au.
Home. It's the one place that should make the world slow down. Morning coffee overlooking Adelaide's treasured parklands. An evening stroll home from the East End. Some views last a lifetime. This is one of them. Welcome to Royal Apartments by Palumbo. A rare opportunity to own luxurious 1, 2 and 3 bedroom residences and penthouses, where city vibrance meets fringe tranquility. royalapartments.com.au.
Build like a brick house. Basic Trailers make quality trailers of all sizes here in Adelaide. Made with Australian steel, you get 12 months warranty and factory direct pricing across SA. Visit basictrailers.com.au. Basic Trailers. Basically better.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Great to have you with us here on this Monday footy review. It's 25 minutes to 6. Very soon we'll be chatting to Curtis Marshall, a young South Aussie, off to the Commonwealth Games for our country in the pole vault. Looking forward to the athletics starting tonight. That's highly anticipated. But right now on our 5AA YouTube and Facebook live stream, Scotty Campriale is here.
On the 5AA Sports Show, this is Coach's Corner with Scott Campriale. Thanks to unique homestyle foods, trusted by South Australian businesses for over 35 years. See the difference.
Yes, Campo's Coaching Corner. You beauty. Welcome, sir. Good to see you again.
Good to be here.
We're going to do Port first because we've had a fair bit of Adelaide. So we're just going to go through Port Adelaide's game. Their worst of the season. It was... What would you say? I compared because we played the top 2 sides, Freo and Brisbane, as far as 1 and 4. But the Freo game was completely different to this one. There was genuine sharpness about them. Their first half was quite impressive. They had 2 goals up. They let it fall in that third quarter. Yep. But this one, even at half time, we were going, whoa, it's only 9 points, but it feels like just hanging on by a thread. And as it opened up pretty badly in the second half.
Yeah, well, their pressure was the second lowest for the year.
Oh, great.
So there's a couple of telling numbers. But this is the good thing, I guess, from Port. Like their pressure and tackling and intent and intensity can be fixed pretty quickly.
Right.
Like, it's not game plan. I think defensively they've been pretty strong for majority of the year. They got opened up on the weekend. 90 points on turnovers are a big number. And if you have a look, and I like those numbers, Timmy, around 0 to 30 and through the corridor, because they're the key indicators as to, one, your ball movement, and two, can you force the issue through there and you get better opportunities in front of goal. So Port only kicked 1 goal from 0 to 30. Brisbane kick 8 goals, 1, and this is the
from
next
0 to 30.
Yeah, so this is the next phase. What I'm trying to, I guess, get to Timmy is don't take the hurt out of it. This is the next phase that Port are going to go into 2027 with. So you can see they've embedded somewhat of a defensive structure in. Their next bit is about, now they didn't defend the turnover that well on the weekend, but that was, you're playing against the best team and they allowed them to have way too many marks and too often their pressure was low, and we'll get to that in a minute. But then Port kicked 7-6 through the corridor. They kicked 7-6 from 41 metres plus.
Oh.
So there's that number again, which has been a bit of an Achilles heel. Even though, as Rowey said, they had 17 marks, they're connecting but not getting it deep enough. And that can be a little bit about how quickly you move the ball and allowing opposition teams. So if you want to kick mark, that does allow time for the opposition to get back into those and block it up a little bit.
Right.
Whereas you think of what Brisbane did, if you have that visual in their head, they change angles, they move quickly, they're off one step, and then they get it inside pretty quickly. So they were able to kick 13-7 through the corridor. So as good as what Port have been, they just didn't defend the corridor that well, and they just allowed too many uncontested marks. So out of that 19-12, they kicked 13-7 through the corridor, which is a big number. So, and they obviously kicked 14-4 after half-time. But the pressure, Timmy, that was probably the biggest thing. After half-time, it was at 140. That's really low. So the second and third and fourth quarter as a combination was 140, which is not. And the pressure is part of it is because they had so many marks. So you can't put pressure necessarily on the opposition if they kick marking. Does that make sense? It sort of
that's right.
it counteracts each other.
I saw them deliberately take the game away from Port by doing their classic, kick mark drill basically, and work their way through us.
Contested positions,
and it just exploded in the third term, and you could see it happening. And Port couldn't get to them or stop it and the like. And they do look at times, but you know what I'm really probably disappointed with? We had so many missed tackles, it wasn't funny. I think it was 18? 19. So sorry.
I've got some numbers around that because I knew you'd probably...
I was furious.
Yeah, I could imagine.
And experienced players doing it, which really made me angry.
Yeah, and that's a challenge as well. So not only did Port allow them to control the ball with kick mark, so that's the first part. When it was in dispute, they had 85 cracks at it. 43 were effective, so that's around 50%, touch over 50%. And they had 19 missed tackles for the game. So they were both the worst sort of numbers for the year. Normally for the year, Port, around 63% and 10 missed. So that was pretty much double the amount that they missed. And their efficiency was down as well.
You don't want double a bad stat, do you?
So you put those two things in the equation, missed tackles, not enough effective. You allow the best team over 100-odd marks.
And your pressure's at about 140.
That doesn't help for the combination. No. And then
that's a 10 goals zucchini.
Yeah, so that's part of it. But I think
that's result. Is that
but
the
I
word
think
you use?
that those things can be, I think, change pretty quickly. That can be a bit of a mindset. You see what they did to Adelaide, they did it to FIVEAA, in the games against Hawthorn and Geelong, they were able to take those things away. But their next mode would be around how do we get that connection a little bit deeper and a little bit quicker, and obviously accuracy is important as well.
How often do we turn it over? The thing I see is we turn it over way too much. Our re-entries without Farrell are a dog's breakfast. If he's not kicking it in, we're in strife because any one of the people bringing it back in can turn it over. And we saw a really horrible moment there yesterday as well. So how much is that? Because we turn it over from mine too often, and I'm disappointed that, unfortunately, a lot of time it's players who have played enough games to do better.
Yeah, well, it's a catch-22. Is that system or is it decision-making? And or is that part of your execution in terms of have you got the fundamental
you're
right?
good enough.
So there's those three things that you need to, as a coach, you sit back and go, well, in each individual player, do they have the right fundamentals, the technique? Yes, they tick that box. Can they execute under pressure? That's the next box. And then what's our system to help those two things as well?
Okay. Yes, it was. Well, we've got to finish the season off.
4 games left.
We got GWS this week, and they have been. We were just saying they're the Jekyll and Hyde almost of the competition with some of the things they've been able to produce, beaten FIVEAA, but then have a shocker against the Bombers. So. How did Port go about this week?
Yeah, I think it's more about what Port want to do than worrying about what GWS are doing, to be honest, because I don't think
just got to keep what you're talking about here.
Yeah, I think it's not a simple review. It would be more highlighting about our defensive structure, not letting teams through the corridor. We've got to get our pressure to a level, and that's everyone to buy in. Because if you have a look at that third and fourth quarter, that third quarter, which was probably the most damning quarter, Timmy, in terms of scoring, 6 players had 1 tackle and 17 didn't have a tackle. So that's more around that's more around effort and not that I'm saying that the players weren't trying. That's a mindset that we've got to get this ball off the opposition quicker. So I think that would be part of their review, and then ultimately is keep building around, can we get the ball in a bit deeper? Can we get that one more connection? Can we get a handball receive and connect inside forward 50 to give ourselves a better opportunity to score?
A lot of people talk about some of the younger guys in the sides and, they're struggling to find the ball, which I would like you to probably explain. So a young Bammett and a Berry, what roles they play, and are they great roles for young players coming up? Because I reckon almost they'd be thinking, I'll have to run up and down this wing.
It's a bit of a death seat. Those corridor half forwards, if for want of a better word, and wingers, when you're at the open side, and when normally they call it ball side or open side. So ball side is obviously where the ball's coming down. So you can get involved in the play. You can get involved in uncontested marks, handball receives. You can get to a contest. But if you happen to be stuck on that wing or from a stoppage perspective, and I watched Joe Berry a little bit, he was sort of that highest half forward connecting with the corridor winger. Now, if the ball is straight line going up and down, he doesn't really get involved in the game unless they lose stoppage, goes inside Brisbane's forward half, and then it comes out the other side. Otherwise, he's running down that up and down that corridor pattern, essentially defending and filling space. That's what he's doing, and hence why those numbers are the numbers. So it's not through lack of work rate.
It must be frustrating.
Absolutely, it is. Those roles and the winger roles. You can have days where you can have 25, and you have days that have 12. But I think the important part of that is the coaching of those young players and saying, yep, the numbers are important, but they're not as important as what we need to do from a structure point of view, and we're going to reward that. But I think spectators and people look at it, he's only had 4 possessions, but he may have had a hand in defending, 5 or 6 entries that Brisbane weren't allowed to. So what is the coach's valuing? But it's a difficult role.
All right. Thanks, Campo.
In Coach's Corner, all thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, the Crows will assess next, and we'll get Campo's thoughts on what Mick Malthouse had to say we've been discussing throughout the show. Here's traffic.
Huge delays tonight with the smash at Dry Creek. It's on the north-south motorway near Globe Derby Drive. Big delays outbound. More delays with the crash at Salisbury East, Main North Road near McIntyre Road, and a crash at Burnside getting cleaned up Green Hill Road near Hallett Road. Sluggish for works at Modbury, McIntyre Road near Montague Road with the camera Military Road West Beach. The census is coming this August. You get instructions soon on what to do. In the census, every answer matters. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
When it comes to iconic destinations, nothing beats Adelaide Oval. Now you can experience an overnight escape for two at the Adelaide Oval Hotel, starting from just $399. Retreat to your luxury room overlooking the parklands. Relax with a complimentary bottle of Hentley Farm Shiraz, plus a bonus Hentley Farm Cellar Door tasting in the Barossa Valley. Savour a decadent three-course dinner at Bespoke Wine Bar and Kitchen with stadium views. Book now and stay iconic at ovalhotel.com.au.
There's a moment every family hopes for. When you walk in and they're just happy, settled, themselves, and you realise the decision you agonised over was the right one all along. Para Ability Community Care is one of the state's largest and most trusted disability accommodation providers. We're improving lives in small ways every day. Our PAC fully trained carers give your loved one the life they deserve and give you back the relationship you always wanted. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpac.com.au.
Go Harvey Norman. Buy with no deposit 60 months interest-free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Furniture, bedding, TVs, fridges, computers and more. Shop with no deposit 60 months interest-free on a participating credit card from Latitude Financial Services and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. Monthly credit card fee currently $11.95 applies. Subject to change. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $1,000. Equal monthly payments. T's and C's, charges and product exclusions. Don't miss this huge offer at Harvey Norman now.
The grout guy will take the old grout out and put the new grout in. We'll fix your leaking shower, make it brand new and sparkling. The grout guy, he's your man. The grout guy, the grout guy, the grout guy.
I've lived in this house for more than 30 years. It's where my memories are and where I want to stay. With Calvary Home Care, I get a little help with the things that have become harder, but I still live life my way. It feels good to know I'm supported without losing my independence.
Whatever care looks like for you, Calvary Home Care is here, supporting people across Adelaide and the surrounding areas. Call Calvary Home Care on 1800 527272.
Booking.com is the easiest way from counting down the minutes to flying, where time doesn't matter. Go on. Book that trip. It's easy. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
I'm not going to name the players. You cannot hide that many soft players. Those players against weak sides will kick you the goals and win you the football.
So you think it's a personnel thing?
Yes, I do.
Can you change that?
Yep. Put them in the bloody seconds or sell them.
But you can't make those soft players.
Oh, look, you can put some players around with them or maybe play them in different roles. Look, everyone goes, throw them in the halfback flank, they get good run. They're still going to win one-on-one football. That ball's going to come in at some stage and you're going to be exposed. You've got 20 yards around you, the ball's coming at you. Oh, you're just going to lay down and just cop it. There's too many of those players.
So there's not a premiership team in there?
Premierships are won by tough sides.
Mick Malthouse, super strong on the Adelaide Crows on the ABC over the weekend. It's 11-6.
Well, Campo, he's not wrong.
Well, I don't think he's not wrong to a certain extent. I just think that the words that he used were probably not what he wanted to say.
He said there's soft players in the Adelaide Crows.
Yeah, I think ultimately, I'll give you an example.
His exact words, there are that many soft players, so that's more than one.
I'll give you an example, and I think we've spoken about this. The influence of what Jordan Dawson does, right, and how important he is to the team. So he has 15 possessions in the first half, 7 score involvements. Ed Allen
does a massive number.
Does a wonderful job on him in the second half. Has 0 score involvements, and Ed Allen kicks 2 himself on the flip side, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you sit there and go, yep, it's probably break even. But I think what Mick was trying to say is who's going to stand up when Jordan Dawson doesn't quite get it done?
Yeah.
That's where I sort of thought where it's coming from, because it's easy to kick goals and it's easy to have 30 against West Coast and the bottom teams.
This weekend under the league.
Everyone will get a lick this weekend and everyone will kick 4 and someone will have 30 and we'll go, yep, really well done. But who's going to stand up in the big games. And that's probably, would that be fair? Like the two finals. If we take the two finals out, who stood up in the two finals? We don't lose 8 quarters for no reason.
No.
So I think that's probably more the point. That I don't think any of the players are soft, mind you. But who's going to stand up when the whips are cracking like Collingwood did, and the Dacos, the Pendleburys, the DeGoeys, the Maynards, these guys are going to go, no, we're not going to accept this and we're going to turn this on our head.
Matty Dix at the presser spoke about there's still work to do.
We're not going to jump at a half, but we would definitely look at it. I think, these are things we have to keep looking at and assessing, and, what is the mix of that tall group as well. So we've just got a little bit of work to do.
Have they got the answers? They've got 4 weeks to find them because it's been 18 weeks and they haven't, because they're still dishing that up. Showdown, they still dished that up.
Yeah. I'll give a little bit of an out. They haven't had continuity, have they, really, this year compared to last year?
Nowhere near.
So in terms of, like, Fogg's out again for another 3, so what's
Keane
that for?
Was out at the other end.
Keane's out for that. Borlase comes in. Nick Murray's out. What's that look like? Riley Thilthorpe was out. He's out of form. Jake Saligo's not quite in that form, So there's probably reasons why, but I still think there's some, I thought they went in way too big on the weekend.
The selection. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. So this is how I would this week. If they're playing against Essendon once again, so let's take it. But I think they need to look at it. I was probably critical last week that they didn't throw Dan Curtin.
Certainly in the second half. I think you must have mentioned that 15 times in the call.
So I think the changes for me would this be Cook was in, Archie in, and Keane in. So they're your 3 ins. Outs would be Peatling. He looked sore last week. And he didn't play out the majority of the game. If you remember, he came out loud. He only had 1 score involvement. He was minus 10 metres gain. Didn't really have the game that he has done previously.
Freshen up.
Dan Curtin straight into that midfield rotation because you've got to take one out to let one in. So I think that's because I think James has probably got a role heading into the finals, but he just looks sore for whatever reason on the weekend. So I think he goes in.
Like it.
So then the wing rotation now becomes Cook comes straight back in. Then you've got Alex Neil-Bullen, who did a little bit on the weekend because Cook didn't play. And you've got Nan Curvis there as that swing that can go through there. So they're your 3, and Cumming as well. So they're your 3 that go through there. They've got it. I think they'll still play one of Murray and Finbar, because I think they have to, because I think it looks like they're resigned to the fact that Riley Thilthorpe's not going to ruck. So we can sit here and bang our heads against the wall and go, why is Riley not doing it? It doesn't look like it, and I think they're doing it because the 23rd player allows you to do that. So I went and had a look. He had 7 ruck contests, Toby Murray, on the weekend. 7. So
38% game time.
Yeah. So that's essentially what his role is. So we can sit here and debate that it's not right or that they should change it, but ultimately he's there for backup, because if you take out Riley Thilthorpe with that forward structure at the moment, you've now only got Taylor Walker and you've got no other tool because Fogg's not there. So I feel they still like the 2 tools because that brings Rochelle in, it brings Rankin in, it brings Keys, Neil-Bullen, those guys. So they'll have to pick one of those. And then Nick Murray obviously goes out, I think, for Keane, because I think Borlase is ahead of him at the moment. So that would be my selection changes this week. But ultimately, Cook to the wing, Curtin midfield, and Keane in the back line, and then those other guys miss out.
Yeah. Well, you've still got Finbar Maley there. So
that's what I'm saying. One of those will be dropped.
Toby would have to go.
Yeah. So one of them will. Well, I still think they'll play Toby. I don't think they'll play Finbar.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Finbar, he was the last ranked person in the game.
Yep.
So he had 3 touches and didn't have any influence on the game.
Yeah. What about rest McAndrew and just ruck Thilthorpe?
They won't do that.
No, they won't.
If they're going to do that, I think they'd play Riley O'Brien.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd play. I'm not sure Toby's got.
So what's the theory behind, if it's only 7 ruck contests, why doesn't Riley do the 7?
Well, because I think structurally they still want him
forward of the
ahead
ball.
of the
They're
ball.
worried about forward
but when
of the
you
ball.
got Fogg back, you don't have to worry about that, sure.
But they haven't had that.
No.
That's my point, is they haven't had those 3. How many times have those 3 played together this year? Probably
I'll have a quick look.
3, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, that was about halfway through the year. They had 3.
Yeah.
They probably had some more after the bye.
Yeah.
I reckon it was much more
gut feel
frequent
it'll
after
be
the bye.
5.
So
and they love it. They're in love with it.
And I think that's part of what they do. And then ultimately, if, let's say, Lockie goes down injury-wise, then Riley, that pulls your structure apart. So you're better off keeping one there at 38% knowing that you've got a full-time ruckman that you can use. Because you saw what happened. If you put someone in there that's not quite ready, poor old Noel Mraz on the weekend, the Hawthorn young fella, he got what Lucas got. He's got a lacerated kidney because he went in and copped a knee right in that area. Now, I think I saw the footage. They think that was probably the incident. But, so that's part of it as well. Is he technically ready, and do they want to take the risk of him going into the final?
Yep. No, not bad. Hey, before we let you go, the lad that grabbed Mitch Georgiadis' head and threw it into the ground, we're saying it's got to be more than 3.
It won't be.
No.
I think he'll get 2.
Yeah, that's
because they'll just go through the matrix. No, I don't necessarily agree with it.
Well, they're not going through the matrix; it's going to the tribunal.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, behind the scenes, they'll still grade
the
it
AFL said I'd like
with
it
the
to be
matrix.
2. Haven't they?
Yeah, he'll get a couple of weeks. He'll 2 for stupidity. Really, I mean, why would you do it?
But it's not even tough, is it?
Well, it's not these days.
No,
like any time.
It's not tough.
No,
it's coward.
That's silly. Young player didn't need to do it, and it's probably more. It's probably more the fact that Mitch has had some concussion issues, and why are you doing that to someone? If we're talking about player welfare, why would you go and do that to someone who's had some concussion?
But would he even know?
I don't know.
Probably not.
It's just stupid.
It is stupid. It's
blatantly
not tough.
stupid.
Chris Fagan said we play tough footy. That's not tough.
That's not tough. No, absolutely.
Anyway,
no
they're
excuse.
coming. Brisbane are coming like a freight train.
Oh, absolutely.
7 straight.
It's FIVEAA's biggest challenge is to hold them out.
That's right. They appear to be the 2 best teams. Hawthorn says hello. They're
exciting.
Yeah.
Have they got the full?
We'd have to see in September.
Have they got the full
I'm still
gamut
bullish on Hawthorn. I'm still bullish on Hawthorn, especially at the G.
Who's your grand final 2 teams right now?
Oh, I'm not sure. Well,
mine's Brisbane Freo.
I think the same. Yeah. And neutral ground G.
Yeah, well, Freo for me because they get 2 home finals.
Yep.
I think it might be a different story. If they had to play Brisbane away, maybe.
Freo could do a Crows.
Maybe.
Go straight sets out.
Maybe.
Boom.
Maybe.
They could. We finished top last year and went straight sets out.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but I'm still bullish on Hawthorn. I still think that they play the MCG as good as any of those teams that are going to be up the top there.
Collingwood couldn't scare?
Not without Darcy Moore, and I don't think they've got enough fight. I mean, it was the first time on the weekend they had 13 individual goal scorers. Before that, in the pre-game, we were there going, who's going to kick a score? Well, 13 of them had a go at it. So Geelong, yeah, they're always around the mark. They're always around the mark.
They know how to hang in there, don't they? But I don't think
very well coached.
I don't think they're going to
Melbourne
have that impact.
I don't think Melbourne's got the defensive profile to shake it. He's gone the other way. Josh has gone defensive. Stephen King's gone more offense, which is fine.
Crows?
I still think the Crows are going to be around the mark. I think subconsciously I'm there going, I reckon they're better off going in the underdogs. Like I'm not sure too many teams would want to play the Crows.
So finish 5th to get a home final.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Oh, God.
On your text, Thilthorpe and Fogarty combination this year, the Crows have only had them 6 times as a trio for the whole season. What's that, 19 games?
Yeah.
6.
Whereas last year, they would have played, or they would have all played
a lot.
Maybe 20.
20. And then you look at what Freo, like if you're comparing apples with apples, you're looking at what Freo's done with Tracy and Voss and Amos. Like those 3, they've played every game together.
They have.
So continuity is important.
Outstanding
They're
work.
mirroring the Crows' year of last year. They'll go out in straight sets.
They're no chance. Hey, Unique Homestyle Foods, Campo, thank you. They've been proudly baking for South Australian businesses, large and small, for over 35 years. Hustlers in the baking industry. Visit uniquehomestylefoods.com.au. Com Games is on our minds next.
The FIVEAA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is FIVEAA News. Always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy down to 10 tonight, showers tomorrow and 15. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. Tragedy in the state's southeast. The bodies of a woman and a toddler have been discovered in the ocean off Port MacDonnell. They've been identified as a 36-year-old woman from nearby Compton and her child. There are grave concerns for a second infant still missing. Police were called just after 11 this morning after a vehicle was located with its engine still running. Major crime detectives and specialist forensic officers are making their way to the scene. Well, bird flu is back in the spotlight today. SA's number of H5 bird flu cases could be set to double, with 7 more suspected cases on the Limestone coast. All are crested terns, with one found at Cape Jaffa, one at Port MacDonnell and 5 around Southend Jetty near Beachport. If confirmed, it will lift the number of positive cases in SA to 14. Australians who didn't receive today's AusAlert test are being assured there's no need to worry. The broadcast was successfully delivered by 94% of cell towers across the country. Incompatible hardware, outdated software and mobile phone tower issues have been identified as the most likely reasons for not reaching some devices. Emergency Management Minister Kristy McBain says you don't need to report it if you didn't get the alert, but those who want to give feedback can do so.
So we'll continue to work with our telco partners as well as device manufacturers on a range of the feedback that will come in from this test. NEMA is also taking feedback from constituents, so you can jump on the AusAlert website and provide feedback directly to us from there.
Experts say there's no need to stock up on petrol or diesel ahead of next week's price increases. The fuel excise discount will come to an end on Monday, raising the wholesale cost by 16 cents a litre. At the same time, a biannual inflation adjustment will add an extra 1.5 cents. The NRMA's Peter Curry is urging motorists to shop around.
The averages are still sitting relatively tight to the wholesale price, which is really good because the gap between the wholesale and the retail price has been tight now for some time, which shows that the oil companies have been doing the right thing. So please don't panic buy, and if you are going to fill up this week, do what you always do and buy what you need.
Polling claims Victorian Premier Jacinta Allen is the most unpopular leader in the nation. It comes as she clings to her leadership. Newspoll puts her alongside former premiers, including Queensland's Joe Bjelke-Petersen, Victoria's John Cain and South Australia's John Bannon. They all recorded dissatisfaction ratings of 68%. Ms Allen has a 71% dissatisfaction rating. Now turning to 5AA sport, and the Crows trained today. Adelaide take on Essendon at Marvel on Sunday. Isaac Cumming reckons they're pretty consistent on the field despite a win one week followed by a loss.
Last week against Sydney, all the chat was that we're unreal, how good can we be, and then we lose, and then you saw there's a lot of doubt about it.
Brisbane defender Ty Gallop has been sent straight to the AFL tribunal. He's been charged with serious misconduct for slamming power forward Mitch Georgiades' head into the turf. St Kilda's Max King will miss the rest of the season after scans confirmed a left hamstring strain. The 26-year-old unlucky to have copped the injury in his first game at AFL level in 757 days. AFL's State of Origin has been confirmed for the next 3 years. South Australia will take on Western Australia in Perth next February before hosting Victoria at Adelaide Oval the following year. And it's day 4 of the Commonwealth Games. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Dry Creek, delays clearing from nearly a crash the north-south motorway at Globe Derby Drive. Salisbury's to crash there too. Main North Road near McIntyre Road, and a crash getting sorted at Burnside, but not causing too many delays, so that's a good thing. Green Hill Road near Hallett Road. Camera tonight, Porter Expressway, Gilman. Every minute of every day, a child is admitted to hospital. Help make hospital a happier place with a monthly donation to Starlight. Donate today at starlight.org.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic. On 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy down to 10 tonight. Showers for you Tuesday, 15. Wednesday, a shower or two, 14. Thursday, cloudy, also 14. Right now, it is 14 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
in Adelaide and across South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Tired of scrolling through countless websites to plan your holiday? At locally owned Spark Travel, our travel experts are just a phone call away, eager to hear your needs and craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. Reach out today for a chat and let's start planning your holiday together. Look for our travel deals in the Sunday Mail. Spark Travel, where your journey begins with a conversation. King William Street, Adelaide. Phone now 88765121, sparktravel.com.au.
Today we have Darcy and Daniel from Inspire Care SA. They're a proud NDIS provider with a refreshingly different approach to NDIS support.
We don't have uniforms as such, but we want it like a couple of good mates out just sharing an afternoon out.
And you would see the results from that.
We don't have the turnover. We don't have the disgruntlement from the client. They're not looking at the support worker with their head buried in their phone. If you're looking for support or you're looking for employment, we have the person for you. Give us a chance.
NDIS support with purpose. Get in touch with Inspire Care SA.
Hi, Mike Keelan here. Is your lawn a chore or a pleasure? If you're watching the clock, it's a chore. Now, if you're watching the lines, it's a pleasure. Mowers Plus Salisbury is there for the pleasure seekers. And if it's a chore, they'll make it easier. Mowers Plus stock all the big brands and they service everything, including cylinder mower grinding and all types of blade sharpening. You'll always receive genuine service from people who really care. Google Mowers Plus Salisbury.
Bowel cancer waits for no one. It doesn't care if you're busy. It just continues growing. Bowel cancer takes more lives than breast, prostate or skin cancer. You can have it and have no symptoms. If you're aged 45 to 74, join the millions who've done the test. Because if found early, more than 90% of cases can be successfully treated. Bowel cancer waits for no one. Don't wait. Test now. It's free and easy to do at home. Search free bowel test.
A year of roadside assistance is now included with eligible NRMA car insurance policies in South Australia, whether you're a new customer or an existing customer renewing your policy, because that's what a help company would do. Renew your eligible policy or get a quote today at nrma.com.au/SA roadside. SA risk addresses only. Excludes CTP and classic car insurance. Offer may be withdrawn at any time. Always read the PDS. PDS and TNDs available from NRMA Insurance. 12 months of everyday care roadside assistance provided by National Roads and Motorists Association Limited. Trading as NRMA. Separate and independent from NRMA Insurance.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 8 minutes after 6 here on this Monday night. Thanks for joining us as we go through all things in sport across the weekend. We'll take your calls and your opinions. 8223 0000 is the number. Very soon we'll talk with Alex Coots, Adelaide Footy League to get through, and then the Sample Show from 6:30 tonight. Matt Panos is in the building to take your calls from 6:30.
Looking forward to this. South Aussie star pole vaulter Curtis Marshall. He's going for his third consecutive Com Games gold medal in the pole vault. He joins us now. Curtis, welcome.
G'day, boys. How are we?
How are you, great man? Are you in Glasgow yet?
I am, mate. Yeah, literally just touched down yesterday. Straight into Aussie HQ, getting some coffees from St. Ali. Absolutely loving it.
Good on you. God, you've had a great Euro season today. Did I read you cracked the 6 metre mark?
I did, mate. Yeah, you're correct. Jumped 6 metres outdoors for the first time.
Wow.
Jumped that a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, in pretty red-hot shape leading into the game. So, couldn't ask for much more.
Now, tell me how this works. You go straight into the men's pole vault final, don't you?
Yeah, so the Commonwealth Games, there's not as many countries obviously competing, and all of us come together, a combined total of 13 of us on Saturday. Yep, battling it out and try and get that gold medal. So I'm looking forward to it. Lucky it's a straight final because the Glasgow weather's not looking as incredible. So hopefully we can put together a good show on Saturday, and, yeah, looking forward to it.
The 6 metres, Curtis, I was thinking to myself, you know, as time goes on and athletes get better and technology and the like, is it a bit like in the running game and the mile, they called it, breaking the 4-minute mile barrier? You know, that was such a big thing in the 50s and 60s to try and beat. Is 6 metres that sort of that record that everybody was chasing?
Yeah, exactly. And so, 6 metres was jumped for the first time, I think, in 1985 or something like that. And more people are jumping it now. It's becoming more and more popular. More and more common. There's 6 guys in the world this year already jumped over 6 metres. And I think it's down to, technology of the tracks, the spikes that we're using, the carbon plates and all that kind of stuff, helping us run a little bit faster, getting a little bit more energy into the pole. But, yeah, you talk to the guys back in the 90s or the 2000s like Steve Hooker and Paul Burgess, if they always say, if they had the technology that I've got now, they'd be jumping 7 metres. So I don't necessarily reckon that's the case.
That's
but
silly old bloke talk, that is.
That's a long way to fall. You think back in the 40s and the 50s, they used to land in sand.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know, yeah. Imagine you wouldn't be able to do 3 comps in a week back then. You'd be pulling up pretty sore after that, I reckon.
Now, I was reading, you were actually inspired. You mentioned Steve Hooker. You're a young fella watching him and got inspired with his Beijing's gold medal. But is that how you really got into it? Nobody else was in it. You just said, no, I want to be like that fella.
Yeah, mate, exactly. And so, like, growing up in Adelaide, humble beginnings, I just did a little athletics. My mum just pushed me into any sport possible, played footy, did a little athletics, got me out the door as soon as she could because I was so full of energy, and went down to Ranella East Little Athletics Club and did athletics from the age of 6. But you don't really start pole vault until you're about 10 or 12. So saw Steve Hooker in 2008 win the Olympic gold, and I was like, mate, I want to try that. And so went down to the local, SA Athletics Stadium with the coach down there, and he said, come on, give it a crack. If you can jump head high day one, then that's pretty good. I reckon you should come back for a few more sessions. And coach down there, led me to my first Commonwealth Games in 2018 before I moved over to Perth. And, now looking at my third and hopefully a third gold medal, which would be unbelievable.
So did you get to meet the idol, Steve Hooker, at some stage?
Yeah, mate, I've met him a few times. He's more than happy to chat to me whenever I need it. I've got his number ready to go if I ever need some advice and stuff. It's good to have someone that's been there and done that in this sport who's, like, been to the highest of highs. And so if I've ever got questions about, what it's like competing international stage or backing up when you're the favourite or, any coaching tips or advice and travel tips like that, it's pretty cool to have him in the back pocket. And I've been very fortunate enough to be surrounded by so many amazing athletes in my career. And, I've got a lot of good mentors helping me out. So it's not just me, it's a huge team to get me over that 6-metre bar. So a lot of people to thank for sure.
Good on you, Curtis. And we think the athletics, our time's starting today.
Yes, you're right.
Track events. What time's it over there in Glasgow now?
Yeah, mate, it's 9:30 a.m. in the morning. So just got up, just had my first coffee, and the boys are just about to start getting into their 100-metre heat. So be sure to tune in. But we've got a whole week full of action lined up. I'm on Saturday night, my time, which I think is early, very early for you boys, but no doubt you'll be up.
We'll be up, Curtis. Don't worry about that.
Well, we're in training because we watched the World Cup, Curtis, so we've been getting up a lot earlier than normal.
We have. True. Now, you'd be a short black kind of guy, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'm a flat white kind of guy, mate.
White.
Yeah, flat white.
You don't want to have too much. Full cream milk or skim milk? You don't want to be fat going over that pole.
He's a skim milk.
Nah, I know. When I'm heading to comp season, I turn into a long black guy, yep. So you just drop the milk, try and get as lean as possible. But, pole vault is quite a power-to-weight sport, so I need to be as light as possible but as fast and as strong as possible. And that combo is what gets you over the big bars.
So what's your height and what's your weight?
So I'm 191 centimetres, 6'3", and I'm weighing about 84, 85 kilos.
Wow.
So a bit of a string bean, but essentially as fast as you can be and as explosive as you can be at the lowest body weight possible, then the higher you're going to be able to jump. So, like, essentially the more energy you put in the pole, the more you're going to be able to get out of it at the end. And so it takes a lot of technique, takes a lot of training, and you can't be peaking all year round. But, I've just come in a good shape the last couple of weeks, and I feel like I'm in pretty red-hot shape leading in the Com Games.
Good man. What's that black stuff you put on your hands, that grippo-y looking stuff?
Yeah, I'm one of the only guys that uses that now. Everyone's kind of in the chalk era again, but back in the day, the Soviet kind of pole vault system was always use this black tar grip, which was like this black tape combined with light fluid, which melts the tape onto your hand, and then this sticky spray as well combined, so you just become one with the pole.
Geez, you wouldn't want to sneeze or something and grab your nose.
Or it gets stuck as you're going over.
And
Well, Yeah, imagine going to the loo because you're nervous as before you come. You have to sit down and get the toilet paper.
Oh, no,
Come left-handed.
You're going to get the wrong pole stuck to the glue.
No. Yeah, we don't.
Hey?
You certainly don't want to be vaulting on that. That's for sure.
Hey, yeah.
That's revolting.
That's it. Who was the Russian that jumped 6 metres first? Very famous bloke.
Sergei Bubka.
That's it.
Yeah, so he was Ukrainian.
That's it. Oh,
yep,
he was
and
Ukrainian.
he did that.
Gee,
I think he was running in the same issues as me. Yeah, had to become left-handed before comp when he went to the loo.
Oh,
classic.
Curtis, go get him, buddy. We'll be up there Saturday morning watching you. Have a ripper, mate, and thanks for picking up the phone.
Appreciate you, boys. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, make sure you tune in. Looking forward to it.
Oh, we'll keep an eye on you, mate. No doubt about that. And your old schoolmate here, Sam Tugwell, I believe, went to the same school as you. He's claiming that anyway, Curtis.
I do remember the glory days, Curtis, of running around for the Eagles, the Braveview Footy Club. How good, mate? Good to see you doing well.
Braveview, mate. Yes, they're the good old days, mate. Humble beginnings for sure.
Very much so. Now you've gone to strength to strength, mate.
Good on you, Curtis.
Will do, boys. Thank you so much.
See you, mate.
Going for 3 in a row.
There you go.
Com Games.
Inspired by Sam Tugwell.
No, not at all. No, Steve Hooker, clearly. 16 after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. He's one of the most decorated AFL players in recent history.
Bartel.
Catch Cats Premiership legend Jimmy Bartel. Talking footy each week with Rowey and Timmy G. Thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company. SA family owned and operated since 1980.
Tired of scrolling through countless websites to plan your holiday? At locally owned Spark Travel, our travel experts are just a phone call away, eager to hear your needs and craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. Reach out today for a chat and let's start planning your holiday together. Look for our travel deals in the Sunday Mail. Spark Travel, where your journey begins with a conversation. King William Street, Adelaide. Phone now 88765121, sparktravel.com.au.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Bob Jane T-Mart's start of financial year sale is now on, with thousands of tyres and wheels discounted. Get a massive 35% off selected Bridgestone tyres. Buy 3, get 1 free on selected Yokohama, Hankook and Kumho tyres. Plus, we've got new tyres starting from a very low $79. No one beats our best tyre price guarantee. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Every day winds down at the kitchen tap. Cooking pasta, washing dishes, or just great tasting water. You deserve a tap that keeps the pace. So for a better kitchen tap, think PuraTap. Introducing the new Better Tap, brought to you by PuraTap. Designed right here in Adelaide. With German ceramic disc technology, these taps bring hot, cold and beautiful filtered water together in one better tap. The new Better Tap, brought to you by PuraTap. 133 502. Visit puratap.com.au.
Bowel cancer waits for no one. It doesn't care if you're busy. It just continues growing. Bowel cancer takes more lives than breast, prostate or skin cancer. You can have it and have no symptoms. If you're aged 45 to 74, join the millions who've done the test. Because if found early, more than 90% of cases can be successfully treated. Bowel cancer waits for no one. Don't wait. Test now. It's free and easy to do at home. Search free bowel test.
Australia's favourite country rock band, the Wolf Brothers, are in South Australia this weekend on their Australian-made tour. With 15 golden guitars, 5 #1 albums and 20 #1 singles, the Wolf Brothers are known for delivering the most exciting live show in Australian country music. Catch the Wolf Brothers this Friday at the Gov in Adelaide and this Saturday at the Barossa Arts Centre in Tanunda. Special guest is the amazing Taylor Moss. Book your seats now on thewolfbrothers.com.
With Big Difference Home Improvements, you can make a big difference to your next family gathering, your next Christmas lunch, or your next quiet time. Just you, a nice book, favourite bevy, and a place to relax. Big Difference Home Improvements make all the difference when it comes to outdoor blinds and roller shutters, verandas, pergolas, carports, or a stunning timber deck. Ask the Big D team for a free measure and quote today. Don't just make a difference, make a big difference. Visit bigdifference.com.au.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
20 after 6, the 5AA Sample Show coming up from 6:30 with Matt Panos, the King, with us in the studio. And back for another year, we're again throwing our support behind Catherine House and the Hutt Street Centre with our Undie Drive officially kicking off next Monday. We're calling on you to support these amazing causes to provide clean underwear for those in need this winter. And you can donate now at 588undiedrive.com.au. Plus, this year there will be more ways than ever to get involved, so keep listening to 5AA on for more the ways you can help. It's all thanks to McGain, massive supporters of local over 50 years, McGain Real Estate, McGain Commercial, and McGain Property Management, McGain.com.au.
Great team.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, the
team.
Adelaide Footy League is hotting up. 4 games to go, so all of these games become even more important. We've got our resident, he's a commentator on the game, as well as giving us a summary every Monday. Alex Coots, welcome.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, Cootsy, good, mate. Now, we had an interesting round, Div 1, but I'm actually giving you a heads up. There was 2 very exciting games in Div 7. 5AA, of course, sponsoring Div 7 in the Adelaide Football League, and I'll get to those a bit later. But let's start off with Glenunga having a huge win against Salisbury North.
Well, it was Glenunga 18-15, 123, Salisbury North 5-9-39, an 84-point win, and that was all because of Nick Wonke kicking 11.
Wow, they're not that far apart on the ladder, are they? That's a big win. Did Salisbury North have a few out?
Yeah, well, they're getting really close to jumping up to top 4, Glenunga.
Yeah,
good stuff. What about Golden Grove and Ross Trevor?
Well, it was the Pascal and Cavallaro show in a big 58-point win for Golden Grove. They kicked 4 each, and for Ross Trevor, Finn Wakeland and Jet Boxer kicked 2 each.
All right, buddy. Athelston and Parnham Norwood Union, who had shown some good signs the last couple of weeks, just fell away.
Yeah, well, it was Athelston 19-8, 122, PNU 4-7-31, a 91-point win to Athelston. Their offence just keeps firing. Jed Russell kicked 4 goals and Zach Clinton got best on ground and 3 goals.
Oh, well done. Port Districts, they just keep on keeping on. That's a smashing 109 points at Tea Tree Gully.
Yeah, well, I was definitely not expecting that one. 24-13, 157 to Tea Tree Gully 7-6-48, 109 points in the end. Gavin Shepherd kicked 7, Tom Gray kicked 5, and Nisquith and Dwyer kicked 3 each.
Okie dokie. And the last one, Sacred Heart and St. Peter's?
Well, that was the battle of the 8 and 9 teams. Sacred Heart 10-10-70, St. Peter's 11-14-80, a 10-point win to St. Peter's. Fergus Carruthers got best on ground in that one. And for Sacred Heart, Colotto and Chigwidden kicked 3 each.
Nice work there, Cootsy. Now, the 5AA Div 7, which we're always excited about, there was a couple of cracking games. Flinders University against Hackham, and that one was, it was pretty close, but pretty exciting.
Yeah, well, Flinders Uni, 8-10-58 to Hackham, 10-14-74, 16 points going the way of Hackham. Kane Blake kicked 3 and for Hackham, and for Flinders Uni, everyone kicked 1 goal on their team. They did not have anyone who kicked multiple.
Well, there you go. Well, what about Central United, who are second on the ladder in the Div 7? They played against West Croydon, who are sitting 6th. And tell us the result of that one.
Well, it was a big upset. West Croydon, 13-17-95. Central United, 10-6-66. A 5-goal win going the way of West Croydon. Joshua Harris kicked 3 goals and Thomas Swain Atkinson also kicked 3.
The Hawks on fire. Great stuff, Cootsy. Well done, mate. We'll speak to you next week. Which game are you going to cover off for the Adelaide Footy League next week?
I have Salisbury North versus Golden Grove.
Oh, Salisbury North versus Golden Grove. Well, that's actually that is 2v3. Oh, that'll be a cracker, Cootsy.
Very exciting game.
Look forward to the results, mate.
Early to bed that night, Cooter, and no frothies.
Yeah, keep off those.
Good on you, mate.
See you, mate.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you. See ya.
Let's go to Port Noarlunga. Hello there, Steve. Thanks for waiting.
Oh, no dramas, Stephen and Tim. Hey, look, Mick Malthouse,
getting a bit old. He's a commentator, not a journo. So I think he's starting to become a bit irrelevant, and he's just clickbaiting. Mate, I was at the game on Thursday, and I've seen a few other games. AFL footballers are not soft. They run and hit each other at 100 miles an hour. But I think if you compare Mick's era with those guys, well, not only would they not be as tough as them, but they wouldn't be able to catch him. They wouldn't be able to catch him anyway. And there's another catchphrase that falls in as well. Is when they say, "What's a player worth? What's a player worth?" Well, mate, they're human beings. They're worth everything. People malign guys like who's the guy from Port Adelaide? The guy who's had the concussions, Todd Marshall. They just, and Darcy Byrne-Jones, and there's a few Crows players as well, mate. Just realise what brilliant athletes these guys are, and that they are tough. They're sometimes they make mistakes, and sometimes they lose it a bit between the ears. But like everyone buckles under pressure. No one's perfect. So yeah, Mick Malthouse, mate, you're getting old. You're getting irrelevant. So and he meant the Adelaide players were physically soft. Don't try and sugarcoat it. I think it's a bit. He might have been referring to mental. He was talking about physical stuff, and mate, he's got no right at all. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, well done. Well said. LeBron James, he will be 42 in December. Still as fit as a Malik Ball. I read this today. He's the all-time leading goal scorer. We know that. 4-time NBA champion plus the MVP. He's done everything. He's going to embark on his 24th NBA season. I think so. Philadelphia 76ers has said, here's 10 mil. Why don't you just sit on the bench and
come on,
help us win a flag? Every organisation he goes to.
When's enough's enough?
Biggest pay cut I think any player in sport has ever had. It's $40+ million.
Yeah, but what's it to him? I mean, how many cars can you drive?
No, you're right. That's absolutely right. Thank you for all your company tonight. 27 after 6. Time for a break. Next, the FIVEAA Sample Show.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sport